with some late night action this time around. Orioles Dodgers. Let me make sure, as always, we are working. There we go. Yep, we are rocking and rolling. Taylor Ward, Gunnar Henderson, Pete Alonso leading off against Roki Sasaki, the 24-year-old out of Japan. That's not the tab that I wanted to open up. There we go. Flip over to the box score. So Ward, Henderson, Alonso, Basayo, Tavares, Cowser, Mayo, and Holiday. Why does this look so zoomed out? Do that. There we go. Should probably work. All right, hang on. Let me make sure. Does that look fine on the stream? Hang on. Yeah, it looks fine. First pitch was a ball to Taylor Ward. Second pitch is going to be lined over into right field. That will be down for a base hit. Ward leads off. He's ranging for two. He will not get in there. He's going to get thrown out on the outfield assist. Looks like that was Tommy Edman, the left fielder. Might have actually been Andy Pajes at center field. Managed to cut that off and toss Taylor Ward out. Really good throw. Catches him right before he's able to get into second base. It's a little bit greedy there from Taylor Ward. Pajes with a good throw. Gets into Mookie Betts there playing at second base, though he's the shortstop. But yeah, Ward is for sure out, unfortunately. Bails out Roki Sasaki. First pitch to Gunnar Henderson is outside on a slider, ball one. So the good news is the Orioles got a hit, which they really struggled to do yesterday in Seattle. The bad news is they also ran themselves into an out, which is not what you want to do against one of the best teams in baseball. Henderson fouls off this next fastball, 1-1. So there is some good news for the Orioles coming into this series. So they're facing kind of the weaker section of the Dodgers rotation, including Sasaki there. I know they're also facing Emmett Sheehan later on, and he's not having a great season. Like he said, good enough, but not great. I mean, they're also facing Yoshinobu Yamamoto, which he's really good. That's going to be tough. But Sasaki's not having a spectacular season, all things considered. Neither Sheehan is. Henderson chops this splitter foul. They're also not going to see Shohei at all tonight, since Shohei is currently on the paternity list. Actually, he's welcoming in a new, I'm assuming his first child. I actually don't know for sure, but it is a little baby Shohei is coming into the world, and so he's not going to be batting tonight. Henderson will line this pitch over to second, fielded there by the second baseman Freeland. Throws Henderson out at first. Henderson not having a good stretch really at the moment. Did not have a good series against Seattle. Was better against San Francisco. That is... one moment. Alex Freeland. The kind of rotational second baseman. My guess is... Let's see, who's there? Tommy Edman, I think, is there. Other second baseman. First pitch is low. Alonso does not hold up, though, so it is going to be strike one. So it is a unchecked swing, pretty much, for strike one. Alonso up to 247 batting average, 16 home runs, 792 OPS. It's been a much better June than, say, April for Alonso. That is a perfect fastball dotted on the bottom right corner for strike two. Alonso kind of gives him the old, like, all right, yeah, fair enough look. He takes his time real quick to adjust his stance. And now in an 0-2 hole against Sasaki, looking to get out through the minimum. Buries that splitter in the dirt for ball one. But Sasaki throws four-seamer, splitter, slider, and forkball. Forkball, the least used pitch of the arsenal. Listed on there on Baseball's font, at least. Mostly throws the four-seamer, which he throws a lot of heat with. Then the slider and splitter are kind of the off-speed switches. There is a four-seamer that Alonso's late on, so it is a 1-2-3 in the end, first inning with a hit. Then a throw out at second. The Orioles go down in order. I guess splitter's technically not off speed, but it's a different pitch. It's its own kind of thing, because it is technically a fastball, but it is not really a fastball. You get what I mean. But it will be Kyle Tucker, Andy Pages, and Freddie Freeman up to bat for the LA Dodgers coming up. Hope there's some of you out there that are staying up late, if you're on the East Coast at least, to watch this one. I don't envy you for not missing it, or I don't blame you for missing this one, both because it's late and also because the Orioles have not been playing great as of late. In the week since last stream where my power went out, sorry about that, can't control the weather, but yeah, in the week since, the Orioles have won one game, I think, because they lost two against the last two against San Diego, and then lost 2 of 3 against Seattle. So it's not been great, to say the least. The offense has not exactly been doing all that spectacular, though they have obviously but played against some good pitching. But it's just kind of been a lot of the season's been a little disappointing so far. So we'll see how the O's do today. Trey Gibson getting the start for the Orioles tonight. His 5th career start, I think. Does that look right? I think. Yeah. This is going to be his 5th career start. I think it's his 2nd road start. And they're showing us that it's first time ever a pitcher has started his first 2 games in New York against the Yankees, then in LA against the Dodgers. Is pretty interesting. Gibson's been not exactly the most stellar start to a season. Throws a sinker, cutter, slider, curveball, four-seamer, and sweeper. I believe that slider is what he calls the death ball. Throws a fastball there inside for ball 1 to Kyle Tucker, one of the big free agent signings of the offseason, hitting just 241, 726 OPS, 6 home runs, 40 RBIs. Has not been maybe quite the season that the Dodgers would have hoped. There's ball 2 on a fastball below. But still solid, just maybe not like quite to the level that I think they were hoping when they brought him in over from Chicago. Yeah, because he did really good in the first half last year with Chicago. There's ball 3 on a cutter outside, so a quick 3-0 count here. So not a good first 3 pitches for Gibson, who has sprayed 3 fastballs around the zone and not really anywhere close. Next pitch is in there with a 4-seamer. Strike 1, no swing from Kyle Tucker. But still in a very favorable count at the moment. So this one is going to be a curveball just outside for ball 4. So a leadoff walk for the Dodgers. Brings up Andy Pages, who has been one of the better hitters in baseball in this entire season. He's been really, really good, especially with hitting with runners in scoring position. He's an RBI machine. He's really good. So Mayo is getting the start in third base as Pages skies the first pitch to center field, where Colton Cowser is playing. Makes the out there, so center fielder on center fielder crime there. Gets Pages out on 1 pitch, which is very handy for Trey Gibson after the 5-pitch walk. Jeremiah Jackson's getting a start in left field. First career MLB game in left field. 27 games in the minors over the last 2 seasons. But no Tyler O'Neill tonight. Taylor Ward's DHing tonight. No Adley Rutschman either. Adley got bonked in the head with a throw with a baseball yesterday, or not yesterday, 2 days ago. No, it was yesterday. Hang on, today's Friday. Yeah. It's just the game was so long ago that I forgot. Yeah. The first pitch ball to Freddie Freeman, hitting 279 on the season. Another guy who's hitting really well. 482 slug. Takes outside there with a sinker for ball 2. This is a very stacked lineup, unsurprisingly. Where is it? Where are his stats? Freeman knocks this pitch high in the air, but pretty deep, but not deep enough. There is Jeremiah Jackson in left field. And Jackson, like, not sure if Jackson realized there were only 2 outs, not 3, but nothing, no harm, no foul. So a couple pop outs after the leadoff walk. Brings up Mookie Betts, who has dealt with injury, has also not had a very good season so far. But yeah, Freeman doesn't have his OPS there on Fangraphs. So there's strike one on a sweeper in the zone to Mookie. By hitting just 203. And Kyle Tucker is still at first base. Betts will knock this one over into right field. That will get down for a base hit. And Leo Taveras has to play that on a hop, is able to get there, so it is a double for Mookie Betts, though it is no score. Second and third, 2 outs here, and then bottom of the first. Just kind of a pop double there for Mookie. But yeah, Mookie only 40 games played so far this season, still with injury. 633 OPS, 203 batting average, though that just went up with that hit. Put 2 runners in scoring position now for Max Muncy, who's hitting 265. Again, another guy who's having a solid season. 520 slugs, so he is crushing the ball at the moment. 16 home runs, leads the team actually in homers, takes ball 1 on a curveball. 887 OPS as well, so one of the best. I mean, I think Paz is probably the better hitter overall than Muncy, but Muncy's also really good at hitting the baseball. Him and Paz top 2 as Muncy lines this one over into right. That will be an RBI. That will get at least 1. And that will be 2 on the RBI single there for Max Muncy. So the 2 out, slightly rally kind of for LA. Nets 2 runs, kind of what they do. Just a curveball that hangs up a little bit. Muncy pulls that one over into right. So back-to-back doubles into right field. Though very differently shaped. Gets the Dodgers up 2-0 here to start the game. Tommy Edman takes strike 1. So I guess he is playing. Is it? Also just got reactivated from the 60-day IL today. This might actually be his first game of the season. Second game, actually. That's what it is. Second game of the season, takes strike 2 on a 4-seamer right in the zone. So a quick 0-2 hole for Gibson after giving up the 2-run double. Time called by Tommy Edman. But he is starting left fielder today for the Dodgers. Will sky this one high and foul on a 4-seamer. So not the best start here for Trey Gibson in the first. Dodgers being pretty aggressive early on, as that one is up and away for ball 1 with a fastball. Only 17 pitches through now 5 batters plus for Trey Gibson here in the first as well. As Edman lines this one through the left gap, that will be a base hit to extend the inning. Another curveball that kind of hung up a little bit. Curveball not really working right now for Gibson. Surprised we haven't seen the slider too much yet. Yeah, just curveball hangs up in the zone there, and yeah, Dodgers are just killing it right now. Need to throw something else. And Drew French, Orioles pitching coach, already out to have a chat with the young starter for the O's in his first season. Again, just 5th career start, 6th career game for Trey Gibson. Definitely looking to be a long one, though, for the Orioles so far. Not a good start here. Hopefully it's not a complete blowout. I don't want to have that kind of stream, especially this late. Because I do want to go to bed at a reasonable hour. Sayo doing the catching for the Orioles. He will be second up, or no, he'll be looking at the wrong lineup there. He'll be first up to bat here. Leo's in the top of the second. Ryan Ward up to bat now for the Dodgers, batting lefty. Takes strike one on a cutter that is at the bottom of the zone. So Ryan Ward, only his 16th game of the season right now. Swings and misses on a slider there. There's the death ball for strike two. Hitting 256, 862 OPS, 558 slug. Already 3 home runs as well for Ryan Ward in his short season. There's another slider that is tapped over to second base. Jackson Holliday will throw out Ryan Ward at first. So Gibson is able to strand 2, though does also allow 2 in on 3 total hits plus a walk. So could have been worse. Still not great, but could have been worse. So it'll be Basayo, Tavares, and Kauser out to bat for the O's. Ward with the 1 hit in the top of the first, then got thrown out trying to stretch a double. After that, Henderson and Alonso both got out. Henderson grounded out, I believe. Might have flew out, 1 and 2. And then Alonso struck out. But it's probably pretty nice over there, I bet. We had the World Cup on earlier. Well, it's still going, actually. I think there's another game going on at the moment. Let me check. Yeah, Brazil is demolishing Haiti 3-0. It's actually right at the end of the game. I think that might be the last one of the day. Oh, no, actually, we have Turkey and... Because I guess not Turkey, it's Turkey and then Paraguay. That's on in half an hour. But USA beat Australia 2-0 in the first game of the day. Morocco beat Scotland 1-0. Brazil's going to win over Haiti, and then Turkey and Paraguay. And I think depending on how that result goes, it'll USA could get like a first round or like a top seed pretty much. So I believe USA has already clinched a spot in the knockout round. It's just where they're going to be is a question because the U.S. has won both their first 2 matches, and the Turkey and Paraguay matchup is going to decide it. Strike 1 from Sasaki to Samuel Basayo, the big lefty catcher, hitting 259 on the season. He's been banged up a little bit as of late, but getting the start here. Swings and misses on a splitter there for strike 2. Does seem to miss a lot, does Basayo, on the low breaking balls. 10 home runs, 30 RBIs, 780 OPS. Does have a triple as well, 9 doubles. 459 slug, and Basayo just gets a piece of that splitter to stay alive. But he's been one of the better hitters for the Orioles so far this season. Also very young. I believe he's only 21 years old. Signed a big extension, I believe before the season started, like right at the start of the season. So he's going to be an Oriole for a long time, pending trade. But I hope that does not happen. Basayo swings and misses on a fastball up and away for strike 3. The second strikeout, second in a row as well for Roki Sasaki here to start the second inning. And Basayo just 21 years old. Birthday's coming up in August. Born in Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. But goes down there, brings up Leo Tavares, the switch hitting outfielder. Takes strike 1 on a slitter that curls back down in the zone. .255 batting average. Only 2 home runs for Leote, but 29 RBIs, 707 OPS. Been a bit of an RBI machine as of late, though. No one in position at the moment. Swings through a 4-seamer there for strike 2. So good start here for Roki Sasaki. Who again has not had the best start to his major league career. Was very hyped when he came over from Japan. But it's been pitching well so far. Gets Leote to swing and miss on a slider in the dirt. And Dalton Rushing completes the out. Will Smith, their starting catcher, is down on the 10-day IL, I believe. Yeah, the slider just bends right down and out of there. Tavares has been striking out a lot as of late. And just skips in there with Rushing completing play. Rushing, bit of a controversial guy this season with some of the antics he's gotten up to. Let's see if he plays nice tonight. We get something going on here. Mookie Betts was doing something with the second base umpire. I don't know what's going on there, but Mookie was chatting up with one of the umpires about something. So, look, no pitch was thrown there. Orioles 35 and 41, Dodgers 48 and 27. Coming into this game, 2 very different teams this season. Cowser swings and misses on a slider for strike 1. So the lefty-heavy lineup for the Orioles so far has not exactly been working out. The one hit has come from the righty, actually, Taylor Ward, to start the game. But it's been 3 strikeouts in a row at the moment for Roki Sasaki, ahead of Cowser 0-1. That fastball is just up and away at 100 there for ball 1. So Sasaki certainly got an arm, and it's pitching well tonight. High velocity fastball, good slider there as well. Good splitter too. Been throwing a lot of splitters tonight. There is a 4-seamer that is right in there for strike 2. No swing from Cowser. Takes 100 right in the middle of the zone. So we'll see if Sasaki goes to something besides the 4-seamer here. Get Cowser swinging. That's my guess. Again, nobody on, 2 outs here, 1-2. There is the splitter that is in the dirt. Cowser takes. So it is 2-2 now. Should Cowser reach, it will be Kobe Mayo. Then after that, Jackson Holiday and Jeremiah Jackson to round out the Orioles order. Up in the bottom of the second will be Dalton Rushing, Alex Freeland, and then Kyle Tucker again, who will lead off with a walk in the bottom of the first for the Dodgers. Saki on the 2-2 to Cowser is going to be hot, knocked high in the air, but foul. Cowser just out a little bit in front of that slider. Gave it a good run, but not quite to be there. But O's held to, I think, like 2 or 3 hits total in the game yesterday against Seattle. Their first shutout loss of the season as well. As Cowser will knock this one high and foul again on a fastball. Actually, they might have gotten a couple hits. They got some hits late in the game, but it was not good for a while. And the offense as a whole has slowed down a little bit. Comeo is being shown on deck at the moment, the power hitting righty. 2-2 again to Cowser is going to be a swinging chopper there. The either third baseman or shortstop, one of the two, makes the play there. I think that was the third baseman, Muncy. Yeah, it looks like that was Muncy who threw out Cowser. So Sasaki faces the minimum still. And we move on to the bottom of the second. Most of the games tonight have already wrapped up in the baseball world, since this is a West Coast matchup. Let's see. Put that on. There's a couple that are still going on, but we had, so of the ones that are still going on, the Red Sox are up 1-0 over the Mariners. That game's also just started. The Rangers are up 8-6 over the Padres. That is just finished 7 innings. The Astros are up 7-3 over the Guardians. That is in the bottom of the 8th. The Royals are up 6-2 over the Cardinals. That is in the top of the 9th. The Pirates are up 3-2 over the Rockies over in the bottom of the 8th. And then the A's are up 1-0 over the Angels in the bottom of the third. In terms of games finished, we've had the Twins. Oh, sorry, actually, that game's still going on. Never mind. The Twins are up 2-0 over the Diamondbacks. That game is in the bottom of the third. In games that have finished, the Cubs won 16-2 over the Blue Jays. Wow, how did this even happen? That was a 7-run first inning. My goodness. Including a Carson Kelly grand slam from the looks of it. And then more damage was poured on in the 6th and 7th innings. The Tigers won 4-3 over the White Sox. The Yankees won 5-0 over the Reds. The Marlins won 4-3 over the Giants. The Rays won 5-2 over the Nats. And then the Braves won 3-2 over the Brewers. So still some games going on, which is nice. And yeah, Brazil, that game, yeah, Brazil wins 3-0 over Haiti. I think Haiti's 0-2, Brazil 1-1. Australia won 0-1, USA 2-0 or 2-0, 2-0, I guess. Scotland 0-1-0, Morocco 1-1-0. Then Turkey is 0-0-1, Paraguay also 0-0-1. Dalton Rushing knocks this first pitch over into foul territory just by the third base line for strike one. Tomorrow in the World Cup will be Netherlands and Sweden, Germany, Ivory Coast, Ecuador, Curacao, and then Tunisia and Japan. But just 22 pitches right now for Trey Gibson. I guess 21 thrown in that 2-run first inning. This one is a fastball inside for ball one to the Dodgers catcher. Don't know if he's a switch hitter or just a lefty hitter, but batting lefty right now. Feels like a lot of catchers are switch hitters. I don't know why. But Rushing will knock this pitch over into left. That hangs up for Jeremiah Jackson for out number one. Slider that hung up a little bit, but was lined hard enough that Jeremiah Jackson could make a play. So Trey Gibson gets the leadoff man out here to start the second inning. Brings up Alex Freeland. Let's see, where is my rosters and stuff? There we go. Alex Freeland hitting .228, 3 home runs, 17 RBIs, 644 OPS. 52 games played so far this season. I guess this will be 53rd. Only a .331 slug, so not a super high slug percentage. 3 home runs, no triples, 6 doubles. 33 total hits. Takes strike one. That one probably should have been challenged there. It's going to be 1-1. Fastball was a little low, but I'll take it if you're an Orioles fan. So Gibson gets away with the one there on the low strike. Again, you kind of only can't really complain too much with the ABS now. So the 1-1 to Freeland is going to be lined over into right field. That will be down for a base hit. Fielded by Leody Taveras. So hit number 4 for LA is another single there. Actually, I think that's their first single now I think about it. They had double. No, they had one other single. It was hang on. It was Tommy Edman had a single. Now Alex Freeland does 2. But Betts and Muncy had the back-to-back doubles. First pitch is a cutter just outside to Kyle Tucker, who walked on 5 pitches the first time up. It's now batting 2 innings in a row. So Freeland was a 3rd-round pick in 2022 by the Dodgers, so one of their homegrown stars. There is a sinker that is outside. Gibson kind of shaking his head a little bit. Not good pitches here to Kyle Tucker at all so far. But I don't know. It's like if you're gonna pitch around Kyle Tucker, you're just gonna get up to Andy Paez and then Freddie Freeman. It's like you're gonna have to throw some pitches over the strike zone. There's a curveball that is fouled off for strike one. Like if they're gonna beat you, just make them beat you with hits. Don't just like look like you don't know where the strike zone is. That's just embarrassing. But 30 pitches now for Gibson through an inning and a third. There's a slider there that Kyle Tucker kind of half swings through. That was a good pitch. Probably one of the best pitches of the night so far for Gibson. Warps himself back into the count against Tucker. But the former Astro, if I remember correctly, longtime Astro, if I remember correctly as well. There's a pitch outside on a slider that kind of pops out of Basayo's glove for a second, but is able to corral it. Yeah, longtime Houston Astro, was there from 2018 to 2024, was in Chicago for 1 year, and now in LA. Was a part of that. Was a part of the 2022 Astros team that won the World Series. Not the 2018 team, though. Full count now to Kyle Tucker, who foul tips that one off, actually. Just barely gets a piece of that slider there to stay alive. And unless we have a double play here, Andy Pages will bat next. He flew out to center field his first time up. But 3-2 to Kyle Tucker is strike three called on a four-seamer that clips the bottom of the zone. Nice pitch there from Trey Gibson. Gets his first strikeout of the night. So walk and a strikeout for Kyle Tucker. One of his better fastballs as well for Trey Gibson. So runner on first, 2 outs now in the bottom of the second inning. Still 2-0 here in favor of the Dodgers as Pages fouls the first pitch on a cutter away for strike one. So Gibson trying to work himself back into this game after the rough first inning. Getting Pages out would certainly help things. But Pages, very dangerous hitter, takes on the slider there for ball one. Oh, good. I'm actually leading in fantasy again. Soriano, what are we doing, man? Come on. Well, it's a good thing I didn't put Machado in. But yeah, Machado's, I think, like 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts or 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. It's not good there. Pages fouls this sweeper away. That was outside the zone. Pages just gets a piece of it. Still strike 2. So Gibson is in a favorable count here, 1-2 at the moment against Pages, who is, I don't know if he leads the league in RBIs at the moment, but he is one of the top guys in RBIs. Let me check real quick. RBIs, he is third at the moment. Actually, yeah, 2 people, Jordan Walker and Nick Kurtz at 57, Pages at 56 RBI. So he's 1 back from being tied for the lead in RBIs. Thrower to first base is not in time to Freeland, who's still lingering over there. 1-2 to Pages is going to knock this one over into left. That will not quite get up the alley, but Freeland is going to try and run home. The throw home will be offline, and he is going to be safe. Wow. That's crazy. We're probably going to get a challenge here on the Alex Freeland slide. At the moment, it's an RBI double for Andy Pages. We are going to get a challenge here on the tag at home plate. Hello there, Kevin. Welcome to the late night show. The throw looked like that might have been a relay throw from maybe Jeremiah Jackson into Gunnar Henderson. The throw was really offline, pulled Basayo all the way on the opposite side of the plate, but there's still plenty of time for Basayo to get over there. The challenge is on. Does it look like the tag was there in time on the Alex Freeland run home? But yeah, Henderson gets the relay. The throw was not good. It was well off, but the swim move was in. He's got to be out. This looks. Actually, this is close. This is tough. And I don't know. This could go either way. Let's see that angle. He might be safe, unfortunately. Good swim move there from Freeland. So it's probably going to stand given the whole... you need the clear and convincing evidence. So I think this is going to stand for the Dodgers. It's going to be 3-0 on the Andy Pages RBI double. And yes, Kevin, it has in fact been a rough couple days, to say the least. And the Orioles have won once since my power went out. Technically, they did win after that because they won on that one, but it's good cutoff there by Jeremiah Jackson, who slipped slightly, but the throw is in there. It's really Gunnar Henderson with a terrible throw. Like, puts that anywhere close to home plate, and Freeland's out by a mile, but the throw is just so offline that the Dodgers are going to get a run out of this. Basayo's doing all he can. This angle shows... Yeah, I think he's going to be safe, unfortunately. Yep, Colin Field stands, runner safe. Orioles lose their challenge. It was close, but that's on Gunnar right there on that throw. That was not a good throw at all. So Andy Pages now is tied for the league lead in RBIs with 57, unless Jordan Walker and Nick Kurtz got another one today. Again, it's really close, just not quite enough convincing evidence to overturn. Again, a good swim move there by Alex Freeland to give himself a shot, and it pays off. So the inning continues. The 2-out woes continue for the O's as well, pitching-wise, as all three of the Dodgers runs have come on 2 outs so far tonight. Brings up Freddie Freeman, who flew out to left last time he was up. Takes up and away on a cutter for ball 1. Freeman, longtime Atlanta Brave, hero of the Dodgers against the Yankees in the World Series a year and a half ago, almost 2 years ago at this point. Takes strike 1 on a 4-seamer at the bottom of the zone. Another good pitch there from Gibson. The fastball at the bottom of the zone has been working for him. Not much else at the moment. But a surefire Hall of Famer in Freddie Freeman. Facing off against the rookie Trey Gibson. Takes on a sinker just outside. Yeah, I have no idea what's going on with Gunnar Henderson this season, Kevin. Just like the defense hasn't been good, and the offense has not been good either. Career 299 batting average, 379 home runs. Pretty good. Chops this slider up and kind of back a little bit for strike 2. Like, I don't know for Gunnar if it's like a mental issue where he's, the whole like contract talks are starting to heat up, and he's like trying to do too much because everyone's saying that he's gonna, because he's a Scott Boras client, he's gonna go to free agency and he's gonna get a huge like $500 million contract. Don't know if it's anything like that. Gibson throws a slider inside for ball 3 to Freeman. I don't know if it's just like, the World Baseball Classic messed him up or something, or like I don't know what's going on with Gunnar. It's just it's not the same Gunnar Henderson we've seen before. Like, just too aggressive at the plate. The defense hasn't been good, as Freeman will strike out. He's late on the fastball there to end the inning. So the Dodgers get one more, but only one. Gibson picks up a couple strikeouts in the inning as well. Need the offense to wake up, though. Will be Kobe Mayo, Jackson Holliday, and Jeremiah Jackson. And yeah, that's the thing, Kevin, is like he looked fantastic in the WBC for the limited time he played. Should have played more. But I don't know why that, and like he looked pretty good in spring training as well. So I don't know. And like, I get the World Baseball Classic was during spring training, so I don't know what was going on. I don't know. I have no idea, because it's like most of the guys in the lineup for the Orioles have been like getting better as the season has gone on. I mean, Ward's been solid. He's been getting, the power's been creeping up a little bit for Taylor Ward as of late. Pete Alonso's obviously getting a lot better. Adley's still good. Basayo's been up and down, but like Kowser's been doing a lot better as of late. Kobe Mayo's been doing a bit better as of late. Holiday's been all right since coming back. Tyler O'Neill even had a decent week last week, surprisingly enough. I mean, decent week, and he still probably only hit like 240, but it's much better than he was hitting. I don't know why Gunnar Henderson is just like looks lost out there a lot of the time. Yeah, I agree. Not at this moment. It's worth paying him one of those mega deals that everyone's been talking about for Gunnar. I would love to keep him around in an Orioles jersey for life. You know, don't have another Manny Machado situation, but I would also like Gunnar Henderson to play up to his abilities that we all know he has. Since he is like go back to 2023, he was great in 2023, and even 2024 is pretty good. And I mean, the injury last year didn't help. I don't know. I got nothing. So we may on the first pitch from Sasaki takes ball one on a slider below the zone. So Sasaki is pitched the minimum so far, though did give up the hit to Taylor Ward, who tried to stretch it into a double and was thrown out. Mayo takes ball two on a slider just above the top right corner. Mayo hitting 194, but significantly better May than April, that's for sure. Has not been an everyday player, especially with Blaze Alexander playing much better as of late, getting the off day today. I assume it's just rest day for Blaze and not injury related or anything like that. Strike one on the fastball in zone as well. Because you don't really want to try and rest Kobe Mayo like a ton of days because he's been heating up a little bit and he's one of the young guys. It's just that Blaze has been really good. I'm a little surprised they're playing Jeremiah Jackson over Blaze Alexander, so it might be an injury issue. I don't know. That's a high strike on the slider. No challenge from Kobe Mayo, so it's 2-2. So a little bit of an expanded strike zone here so far tonight for the home plate umpire, whose name I have no idea. 2-2 here for Kobe Mayo. That ball was definitely up high. This one is going to be chopped foul on a fastball. And yeah, Blaze definitely, like, talk about heating up. He's been on an insane tear as of late. Easily the best hitter for the Orioles over the past, couple weeks. But you got to play some other guys every now and then. 2-2 here to Mayo is going to be swung on a missed. Strike three on the splitter below the zone. So fourth strikeout here for Sasaki. He continues to dominate here. That's just a splitter that drops straight down. It's Jackson Holliday hitting just 200, but did miss most of the early part of the season. Does not hold his swing there on the fastball outside so it's strike one there. But Holliday, only his 27th game now. Or 28th game, actually, sorry. Swings and misses on a splitter there. Did a homer 2 days ago. In an 0-2 hole at the moment. Been throwing the splitter a lot, has Roki Sasaki, according to the graphic. Been throwing the forkball significantly less. Still throws that fastball a lot. There is the fastball just inside at 101. Good take there from Jackson. But O's needs someone here to get the party started. See if it's Jackson. Or maybe it's Jeremiah Jackson next up to bat. Who knows? But Holliday will chop this one over to second base. Fielded there cleanly by Freeland, who throws Holliday out at first for out number 2. We'll bring up the 9-hitter Jeremiah Jackson. As the O's offense, like yesterday, has not shown up to work. Jeremiah Jackson saw a lot of playtime early, has kind of been phased out of the lineup a decent bit since. And yeah, at least USA won. That game was great. The first half was great. The second half was kind of whatever. But the first half of the US was awesome. First pitch splitter spiked in the dirt for Jeremiah Jackson, ball one as well. But yeah, USA pretty much guaranteed, I think, to talking about this earlier. I think they're guaranteed to go to the knockout rounds. It's what spot they're going to be, or what seed or whatever it's going to be, is dependent on the Turkey and Paraguay match coming up in 5 minutes or so. But they are guaranteed to make it to the knockout round for the first time in a while. I know. I don't remember the last time they went to the knockout round. So it's good there. Jackson fouled off that pitch. I think it was a fastball there for strike one. So 1-1 count here for Jeremiah Jackson. 2 out, nobody on again here for the O's. as Jackson takes inside on a splitter for ball 2. No walks yet either for the Orioles, just one for the Dodgers. That was the leadoff walk for Kyle Tucker to start the game for them. 2-1 here is going to be grounded over to Mookie Betts at third. Makes a good play there. Throws Jeremiah Jackson out at first. Betts almost lost it, but makes the play there in the end. Betts did have a bit of a gaffe a couple days ago when Yoshinobu Yamamoto started, who was carrying a perfect game into the bottom of the 8th. It was 8 2/3 innings, and Mookie Betts cost him the perfect game with an error that broke it up. Then Yamamoto gave up a homer in the 9th to break up the no-hitter as well. But Mookie, former Red Sox, so very familiar with the Orioles, plays it cleanly there for out number 3. So Saki has faced the minimum through 3, given up the 1 hit, and nothing more, including 4 strikeouts. Will be Mookie Betts, actually. Bats up first for the Dodgers, then Max Muncy and Tommy Edman. Betts and Muncy both doubled their first time up. And then Edmund also singled. I'm going to need some more water in a sec. Again, ad for Hershey, Pennsylvania, and Harrisburg. I don't know why. I do not live there. But they're now doing promos for Orioles Nationals. That's going to be next week's stream. Those Nats, I believe. And I'm going to talk about this later, but short answer is I'm probably going to be a little late to that stream, or that stream's going to start a little late next week because I have work and I could not get around to getting to working earlier. So that is just a heads up. My stream next week will be later than probably the game starts. But there's a Gunnar Henderson bobblehead is next Saturday as well from the looks of it. And then beach towel night, Orioles beach towel on Sunday next week against the Nats when the O's come back home after their West Coast trip. The O's play 3 games here against the Dodgers over in LA. Then they stay in LA to play the Angels after that. Angels series should be much easier than the Dodgers one. Angels not nearly as good of a team this year than the Dodgers. Strike 1 to Betts on a sinker high in the zone. Apparently it is bobblehead night for Mookie Betts tonight as well. We just heard Kevin Brown say is the Game 7 double play bobblehead for Mookie Betts. Interesting. Takes inside on some kind of pitch. Might have been a curveball, I think, for ball 1. There's a curveball for, actually a slider for strike 2 in the zone. Breaking ball nonetheless. 47 pitches for Gibson. Not a very clean start, but could be worse. Again, not good, but it could be worse. It's just that he has no run support at the moment, or no offensive support as a whole. There is a good fastball that just bends back in. We're getting a challenge here from Mookie Betts, ABS-wise. This might stand. This is very close. And, oh, just barely outside. Really close. This is by 0.2 inches. So, just barely ball 2. Mookie Betts stays alive there. So, first ABS challenge is a success for the Dodgers, or, well, for either team. Those did not ABS challenge at all so far. Betts will knock this one over into right, so he is able to make a productive moment out of that challenge. Just a single this time, though, for Mookie. He is now halfway to the cycle. So it's been a lot of hits to left or to right field at the moment. Betts chatted up with Pete Alonso over at first base. Max Muncy, who also doubled to right the first time up. The 2 RBI double back in the first inning will take strike 1 at the top of the zone with the fastball. But one of 2 Max Muncies in the league as well. The other one plays in Sacramento for the Athletics, which I did not know until like a couple weeks into the season that there were 2 Max Muncies. And I got very confused when looking up stats. Takes outside there on a fastball. But There's, of course, 2 different Max Muncies that play in on the West Coast. And spelled the exact same, I might add. I don't think they're related at all. We get a potential steal attempt. Basayo popped up there on the cutter that was outside. And I think I looked it up. There was no relation between the Dodgers Max Muncy and the Athletics Max Muncy. They just happen to have the same name and play the same sport on a professional level on the same coastline, pretty much, which I just find funny. There's another sinker outside again. So three variations of the fastball, all pitched away. Trey Gibson does not seem to want to have any part of Max Muncy at the moment after throwing strike 1 as well. So very favorable count here for Max Muncy. The home run leader for the Dodgers takes a slider up and away for ball 4. So not a good inning here for Gibson at the moment. 2 on, nobody out. So both Betts and Muncy have reached base safely their first 2 at-bats. Though Betts with 2 hits, Muncy only with 1. Brings up Tommy Edmond. Singled back in the first inning as well. We'll knock this one for a single there. And Taveras will throw in. This will load the bases with nobody out. Hit a little too hard on the ground to score anyone, but does set the Dodgers up very nicely here to try and blow this game open. 55 pitches now for Gibson. We're going to get Basayo to come out and talk with him. Drew French is also trodden out for his second mound visit of the night in the span of 3 innings. And probably a long game tonight for the Orioles with how this is going. Wouldn't really mind an RBI, or not an RBI. Well, I would mind an RBI, but I wouldn't mind a double play here, just to give up 1 but get 2 out. Try and do something. So Ryan Ward. So Ward grounded out on a check swing on the they're showing the replay of Vlad Guerrero Sr. where he check swings on a ball that was skipping in the dirt and still managed to get a hit. That's kind of what Ryan Ward did, though he grounded out on instead of getting a hit. But Ward instead will sky the first pitch foul for strike 1. Ward, Rushing, and Freeland coming up after this. Hopefully we don't see Freeland, because that would mean out and then a double play at some point. Or a triple play, that would be nice. Love a triple play here. As Ward chops this one foul again. So he's in an 0-2 hole. Also wouldn't mind a strikeout here. But Ward, again, just his 16th game of the season. Was an 8th round pick back in 2019 by the Dodgers. Let's see, did he play it all last year? I do not know. The 0-2 is going to be chop foul again on a slider there. A lot of off speed here for Gibson so far. Let's see. Stats. There we go. Yeah, this is first season in the majors as well. Very big moment here for Ward, who can really kind of put this game out of reach early for the Dodgers with a hit. Gibson looking for a strikeout here to try and salvage this inning. Will get the strikeout on the swing and miss on the slider there for out number 1. No advance. Brings up Dalton Rushing. So now a double play gets you out of the inning. That is the ideal scenario. But a lot of off speed now for Gibson in that at-bat. Would love a double play here. Try and get some kind of momentum going for the offense, but that is a tall task with how this Dodgers lineup plays. There's a slider skipped in. No swing from Rushing for ball 1. Gibson, one of the higher-rated pitching prospects for the O's, and one of the few we've seen actually promoted over the past couple of years. Kind of being thrown in the fire here this season. Gets rushing swinging on a curveball there for strike one. But I mean, the O's, Mike Elias, who half the team or half the fan base hates, probably more like 70% of this rate. Like 70% hates. His philosophy is, draft batters by pitchers. Gets rushing swinging there on another slider for strike two. Gibson, actually don't know if he was drafted or not. He was non-drafted free agent signing. So not bought though, but he was not exactly not a high leverage arm that they traded for. Well, let's see if Gibson can get a strikeout here against Rushing. Throws another slider and gets the strikeout. It's basically been throwing nothing but sliders and like one curveball. Gets strikeout number two there. Now it's two bases loaded, 2 outs here. Alex Freeland is up. He got a hit his last time, singled his last time up. So still not out of this inning yet, but Gibson has worked himself back into a decent spot here. Force out is anywhere. Strike one on a slider in the zone. So it's been nothing but sliders here for Gibson. Like one curveball, but pretty much been all sliders. He has not really located the fastball consistently, or really any of his fastball variants consistently tonight. The sinker especially has kind of been all over the place. Has had a couple four-seamers in the bottom zone, but not much. There is another slider. Swing and a miss. Strike two. Kind of check swing there from Freeland, but he did not hold up. So in an 0-2 hole here on back-to-back sliders for Gibson, let's see if he triples down on it or if he goes with a different pitch. 65 pitches for Gibson, though, through 2 2/3. Again, not a clean start whatsoever, but strikeout here would be huge for the O's. So 0-2 here for Gibson against the 9-hitter Alex Freeland, who's 1 for 1. Chops it, and that is going to run foul. It went to a fastball, though, at the top of the zone. Freeland gets a piece of it. It was kind of a swinging bunt there. Probably would have been thrown out if it stayed fair, but it trickled foul. So Gibson has worked himself back into a favorable spot here. Favorable as it can be with bases loaded. But he's in an 0-2 count against Freeland at the moment. So again, Freeland has singled off him already in this game. Through a fastball last pitch. We'll see if he goes to the slider here. He does. Freeland takes. So it's 1-2 now. 67 pitches for the brain rot number. Gibson with big test here in his young career. Let's see if he can manage. Bases full of Dodgers. 1-2. There it is. Strikeout on the slider. That one was away a little bit, but 3 straight strikeouts after loading the bases with nobody out. Strands all 3. Nobody scores for the Dodgers as well. Masson, replay booth, is having a little bit of an issue there. But Gibson, he's fired up. Let's see if the O's can match his fire on offense second time through the order. That's a good thing to see. Certainly love that. Got roughed up a little bit there, but yeah, it's not going to be a long start here for Trey Gibson whatsoever, and not exactly a good start. But for the future, again, this is only his 5th career start, 6th career game in the majors. That's the kind of stuff you want to see. Like, doesn't let the bases loaded situation get to him. Just buckles down. Good pitching mound beating as well. Good. Don't know who made the call to basically just throw the slider the entire time, pretty much. But whoever's idea that was, it was a good one, because Gibson was just racking up swings and misses with that slider. Just every single one. It was perfect. He should just throw that pitch all the time with how he was throwing that one. So again, still down 3-0. The O's offense only has the 1 hit and nothing more. But that is a good moment there for the O's in times that have been hard to come by. Yeah. I mean, that slider, I think, has been what he's called the death ball in the minors, where it just kind of drops out. I think it's the slider. And yeah, he's throwing it real well tonight. That was really good. But hey, I mean, let me actually look. I don't know how old Trey Gibson is, but he's 6th career game against the back-to-back world champs. He's 24 years old, just turned 24 a couple months ago. Like, that's pretty impressive. Good, like, ice in his veins, so to speak, for an O's team that seems to get rattled a lot as of late. It puts up a noble tiger there, or forces the Dodgers to put up a noble tiger, which is apparently an entire acronym. I forget what it means, but it's basically like bases loaded, no outs, and then you strain them, I think, with 3 straight strikeouts is the noble tiger. So that is impressive work there for Trey Gibson as Ward takes strike 1 on a fastball at the bottom of the zone. So that was highlight of the night so far for the Orioles right there. The 0-1 to Ward is taken for strike 2. Couple fastballs in the zone. Good fastballs there for Sasaki because they're right at the edge. But I mean, hey, there's only going to be one positive thing you can take out of this game is going to be that moment right there. Ward takes outside on a slider for ball 1. Singled his first time up, but then tried to stretch it into a double and was promptly thrown out. That has been the only Orioles. He's been the only Oriole to make contact and actually be productive. Been 4 strikeouts and a lot of ground outs otherwise. Ward on the 1-2 will chop this one foul on the splitter. Just 42 pitches for Sasaki through 3 innings plus. So very, very different starts for these two pitchers. Let's see if the O's can find something second time through. Very bright yellow glove for Sasaki as well. Ahead of Ward still 1-2. Ward will ground this one over to a diving play made by the third baseman, Muncy. Throws Ward out at first. Sharp liner there, but Muncy plays it good. So out number 1. Good jump there by Muncy. Good diving play. Makes it barely in time. Would have probably been a sharp single had Muncy not made the play. But instead it is just a ground out. But Muncy, good defender there for LA. Makes the play. Gunnar Henderson takes strike 1 on a fastball that just curls back a little bit in. A little bit of sideways movement on that 4-seamer for Sasaki. Just kind of breaks back a little bit glove side slightly. 0-1 here to Gunnar, who will knock this one high and foul on the fastball. Again, high velocity fastballs for Roki Sasaki. They're showing the replay of the Muncy diving stop, and it was very well played there by Max Muncy. Henderson in an 0-2 hole will take down and away for ball 1 on a splitter. Let's see. I don't remember how long Max Muncy's been in the league. I'm checking that real quick. The 1-2 to Gunnar here will be skied high in the air into foul territory and over by the Dodgers dugout at third, and that will be out of play. So we'll go again on the 1-2. Let's see. Muncy's been, so he's in, played for the Athletics, I think, in the majors 2015, 2016. Don't know if it's minor leagues or majors, but been on the Dodgers since 2018. So long tenured LA Dodger. Max Muncy made that play there against Ward. 1-2 to Gunnar here. Orioles looking for their second base runner. Gunnar Henderson checks his swing on the slider in the dirt. Ball 2. I don't even know if the Orioles have gotten to a 3-ball count yet today. Maybe once. Maybe. But doesn't feel like it. 2-2 here for Gunnar, though. 48 pitches now for Sasaki. This one will be check swing. Does he go? Yes. So Gunnar Henderson strikes out there. Fastball away. Henderson just not able to hold up. So it is out number 2, strikeout number 5 for Sasaki. And yeah, it's a swing, unfortunately. So it brings up Pete Alonso, who's 0 for 1, like everyone besides Taylor Ward. Takes down and away for ball 1 on a fastball. 50 pitches even for Sasaki, who is cruising through this Orioles order that has struggled this past week at hitting baseballs. Alonso on the 1-0 will take good splitter there for strike 1. Yeah, I mean, it's same as yesterday. There's just no offense at all from the O's. Alonso, they're showing most home runs since 2019. Alonso and Shohei are around the number. Alonso actually got just a couple more than Shohei, who's, again, not playing tonight because he is going to watch his new child get born, pretty much. He's on the paternity list. So he'll be back maybe for the last game of the series, maybe tomorrow. Don't know for sure, but he's not playing tonight. I know. Alonso on the 1-2 will chop that one foul. So back-to-back foul balls for Alonso. But O's were luckily not facing Shohei nonetheless in this as a pitcher in this series. They're facing Yoshinobu Yamamoto tomorrow, who's going to be even rougher because Yamamoto is really good. And then Emmett Sheehan on Sunday, as Alonso pops this one high in the air, pretty deep, but not nearly deep enough. So that is at least a ball in the outfield, but nothing more. It's a fly out to Kyle Tucker in right. And that is the minimum through 4 for Roki Sasaki. Orioles go down in order there in the top of the 4th. Again, still just 1 hit and nothing more. And Roki Sasaki is pitching like the guy the Dodgers expected him to be. Though with how the Orioles have been playing on offense the past couple days, it's not surprising. Not been good. Let me go check the scoreboard real quick for baseball. Just see, because some of the games are probably concluded. So Red Sox still up 1-0 over the Mariners. That's in the top of the 5th now. A's up 7-4 over the Athletics in the top of the 5th. Dang, the A's were up 4-0 through the 3rd inning, and then the A's, the Angels are up 7-4 over the A's. The Angels put up 7 runs in the 4th inning. That is crazy. O's need something like that. Then the Twins are up 3-1 over the Diamondbacks. Then let's see, Tigers won 4-3. Yeah, I think that was. Yeah, it was Rangers won 9-7 over the Padres. Astros won 9-3 over the Guardians. Royals won 6-5 over the Cardinals, and then Rockies actually came back and won 4-3 over the Pirates there. So that's it, and then so there's just 4 games going on at the moment, and then should be Turkey and Paraguay are playing, and Paraguay's actually scored already. It's 1-0 there. They scored really early on from the looks of it. Where does it? When does it say the goal was scored? Team stats. And can you tell me when the goal was scored, please, ESPN? I meant to put the game on. Go to match timeline. Wow, 2 minutes in, Paraguay scored. I'm gonna throw that on as well on my phone, just to keep an eye on the World Cup. Yeah, last 12 pitches for Trey Gibson. 10 sliders, 1 curveball, 1 4-seamer. And the 4-seamer was fouled off. Just a ton of swings and misses on the slider. See if he sticks with that. There's actually a 4-seamer that is up high to Kyle Tucker, who is walked and struck out. Now batting for the 3rd time tonight. So 70th pitch here is a curveball that is chopped over to Pete Alonso. Throws over to Trey Gibson for out number 1. So the 2nd time the leadoff man has been retired for the Dodgers tonight, or for Trey Gibson against the Dodgers tonight. Yeah, we're in minute 19 pretty much of the Turkey-Paraguay game. Paraguay up 1-0. And again, I don't know how that result what it means for the U.S., but I know this result does affect the U.S.'s seeding in the knockout rounds. So Andy Pages, who's 1 for 2 with an RBI double, takes inside on a sinker for ball 1. And Pages, one of the best hitters in the league, drove in that 3rd run. We'll ground this one over to Jackson Holliday at 2nd on the slider for out number 2. Throws him out at first base. So 2 quick outs here for Trey Gibson, who desperately needed that here in the bottom of the 4th, trying to stretch some more innings before they get to the bullpen. Apple TV is telling me Ranger Suarez is locked in against the Mariners. I think the Red Sox are up 1-0, so I'm curious how locked in he is. If it's a perfect game or anything like that going on. First pitch to Freddie Freeman is a curveball. 1-0. 1 walk, 5 strikeouts, no hits for Ranger Suarez, so he is pitching a no-hitter at the moment against Seattle. There's a curveball for ball 2 taken again. Tom McCann's zone just grounded out. So 4 1/3 no hits for Ranger Suarez at the moment. I'll keep an eye on that one as well. There's a cutter yanked inside a little bit for ball 3 to Freeman. So 2 outs here again. 21, 23, and 24 pitches were the totals in the first 3 innings. All long ones, though only 3 runs total given up, which is honestly not the worst thing in the world. And that is a 4-pitch walk there to Freddie Freeman. No sliders in that sequence either. So Freeman reaches base for the first time. Yeah. Yeah, it's only given up 3 runs so far to the Dodgers. Not the worst thing in the world. It's just Sasaki is pitching a 1-hitter at the moment. So it's not good. Mookie Betts takes strike 1 on a sinker at the top of the zone. He is 2 for 2 on the night, single and a double. Though it was a double, then a single, how it went. But I guess they called that a ball. Never mind. As Betts will foul that one also. It's 1-1. I thought I saw the umpire call that a strike, but I guess it was called a ball. It did clip the top of the zone, that's for sure. But I guess not. Betts, former Boston Red Sox, now LA Dodger. There's a slider buried in the dirt. Freddie Freeman is going to go to second on the, I guess you'd call that a wild pitch. I don't know if you call that a stolen base. I don't know. I mean, it was blocked by Basayo, but it kind of careened off around Mookie Betts, and Freeman with a good jump there to nab second base. Not sure what they'd score that. But it puts a runner in scoring position here for the Dodgers in the bottom of the 4th. They've had runners in scoring position all 4 innings now. Orioles have not had one at all. 80 pitches coming up here for Gibson, who's looking to try and get through 4 innings. Mookie Betts has got him twice here. See if Gibson can get him here. Swing and miss, strike 2. Oh, I guess, never mind. It's strike 3. It was the Masson graphic that was wrong. So that first pitch was a strike. I was not wrong. It was Masson that got it wrong. Okay, cool. There's a strikeout there for Trey Gibson. Strands Freeman at second base. So that is actually strikeout number 6 as well for Trey Gibson. Struck out 6 of the 9 batters too tonight against the Dodgers. Just needs the offense to try and do something. I'm also going to be right back. I need to go get some more water. All right, so I'm back. Yeah, Masson was doing me no favors there, making me think it was just strike 2 on the swing and miss, but it was instead a swing and miss strikeout. Because I saw the box score update, because it was like probably 10 seconds ahead of me, and I was like, oh, hey, the inning ended. I guess it's actually a lot further ahead. And then it's like, oh, Mookie's just walking off. I thought it was only strike 2. But it's like I could have sworn I saw the umpire signal, do the little hand signal for strike 1 on that first pitch, and then they said it was ball 1. So I was very confused. But it's all good. Gibson with a second scoreless inning there. Samuel Basayo check swing does not go on the slider there for ball 1. So him, like everyone besides Taylor Ward, is either 0 for 1 or 0 for 2. Struck out his first time up. We'll sky this one foul on the fastball. Didn't look all that comfortable either there. Been playing through a lot of minor injuries, has Basayo. Been a bit of a weird clubhouse thing going on with that. I don't know what's going on there. It's probably all good in the end, but I think it's been all sorted out with whatever was going on with that. But in a 1-1 count at the moment against Sasaki, looking for the second hit for the Orioles. We'll ground this one to second base. Good fielding there by Freeland, who throws Basayo out at first. So a lot of sharp liners on the ground. Like sharp ground balls for the Orioles. Just hit exactly to the wrong spots at the moment. They're not getting clean contact right now. Taylor Ward, the only hit again to lead off the game. First, I don't think it was the first pitch. Might have been like the second pitch, but it was a single up to like right center field, caught off by Andy Paez, who then threw Taylor Ward out at second because he was trying to stretch it into double. The O's have not gotten a single base runner since then. Leody Taveras takes ball one outside. He struck out back in the second inning, his first time up. We'll take inside ball 2 on another fastball. 59 pitches now for Sasaki here through 4 1/3. Been pitching well, that's for sure. Just getting a lot of awkward swings from the Orioles. There's a swing and miss on the slider for strike 1. A lot of those as well. Again, 5 strikeouts for Sasaki. I think Kobe Mayo actually got to a 3-ball count. I think he was in a full count and then struck out in that. But has not walked a batter yet. Has Sasaki. Would love a walk or 2. Taveras swings and misses, was under a fastball there. So he's went from 2-0 to 2-2. But O's just like, even when they're throwing it in the strike zone, the O's have not been able to make contact at all. And I get Sasaki throws really hard, and then also throws a good slider and a splitter. Like, he's not a bad pitcher in the slightest. He's like maybe not having the best career in the majors at the moment, but he's still a good pitcher. Like, the stuff is great. It's just the O's offense over the past couple of days has not seen the ball well at all. Taveras also fouled that one back, so it's still 2-2. Colton Cowser on deck, who grounded out back in the second inning. Had the hydration break in the World Cup game. Taveras takes the splitter in the dirt for ball 3, so there's a 3-2 count, or just a 3-ball count. So full count here for Leody, who again is pretty good with runners in scoring position, though does not have one at the moment. O's again have not had a runner in scoring position at all tonight. The 3-2 to Taveras is knocked high over into deep left field, but not quite deep enough. That will hang up for the left fielder Tommy Edman for out number 2 on the flyout. So 13 straight retired for Roki Sasaki. So, okay, so should Paraguay win, Turkey would be eliminated and U.S. would, I guess, advance to the knockout round, maybe? I think that's what they're saying. Cowser takes strike 1 on the splitter. So I guess maybe if Paraguay wins, like if they would win their next 2 and then USA would maybe lose their last one, then Paraguay might get in. Not quite sure. I don't know. Or maybe, oh no, if Turkey wins their last 2 and USA loses their next one, and I think USA and Turkey have to play. So I guess if Turkey wins and then they beat USA next week or whatever it is, then Turkey would get in. Yeah. There's ball 2 just outside. It's a 2-1 count at the moment. They advance, but they would win the group. Okay. Yeah, I didn't look too deep into it. I just know it's like, you win games, you do good. That's my philosophy. It's like, you know, they've been winning the game. Ooh, bicycle kick and right to the goalie. Cowser takes outside. He's in a 3-1 count. So it's another 3-ball count here. The O's they're working the pitch count. They're doing good. We're moving up in the world. Maybe soon they'll get a hit. 68 pitches now for Sasaki. 3-1 to Cowser here is just yanked over into foul ground. That might have been ball 4, but might have also been curled inside. Yeah, I think points are actually more important than just winning. in the group stages, because it's like more goals you score, the more points you get. I think. I don't know. I'm not the biggest soccer guy, but I like watching the World Cup. Jeez, Paraguay has 6 fouls to Turkey has 1. The full count here for Kauser is outside. A base runner. It's a miracle. It's a walk. Kauser with a cross necklace that I don't think I've seen him wear before. He's on base for the first time tonight. 70 pitches now. It is the first walk for the Orioles. So the first time the Orioles have a runner on base. Kobe Mayo with a chance to bring it to 1 with a homer. I'm going to manifest it. Come on, Kobe. First pitch is taken. That's a good fastball there. 98 right of the inside part of the zone. You can't do much there for strike 1. Let's see if the O's can do something. The sun has pretty much set over in the West Coast. It's been set over here in the East Coast for a while. That's for sure. Slider taken for ball 1. Good take there from Mayo. Struck out last time he was up, but I think he also got to a 3-2 count. So it's, again, silver lining, the O's have been pushing the pitch count up a little bit more this inning. And they do a base runner. There's a slider taken for strike 2. Mayo probably should have challenged. That was really close. Probably a ball. But in a 1-2 hole at the moment. See if Sasaki goes to that splitter again. Kobe Mayo calls time. And again, plenty of power for Kobe Mayo, but does strike out a lot. And in a night where the O's have not done all that well, takes just below the zone. We get a challenge here from Dalton Rushing, who I think kind of regretted it halfway through. This is going to be not overturned. I think Rushing regretted it immediately because this ball is well below the zone. So blown challenge there from the Dodgers. Solid 1.7 inches below the zone. So it's a 2-2 count here at the moment. It's a really good take there from Kobe. So 2-2 here. Kobe will knock this one high and foul. And silver linings, the O's have at least gotten a walk in this inning and have forced the Dodgers to use an ABS challenge. The little things, you know. And force Sasaki to throw at least a decent number of pitches. He's up to 75 now. We'll have to throw a 76th here to Mayo. But would love a hit here. That'll be really nice, you know. Just some bat on ball. Get it to where they ain't. Mayo will knock this one high in the air, but not nearly deep enough. Got well under that curveball or slider there to Andy Pajes in left center for out number 3. So 76 pitches for Sasaki through 5 scoreless. 1 hit, 1 walk given up. But yeah, silver linings. The O's got a base runner. They forced the pitch count up a little bit, and they forced the Dodgers to use an ABS challenge that they lost. Not many silver linings there, but it's something. But it's still not good. Will be Jackson Holiday, Jeremiah Jackson, and Taylor Ward up to bat in the top of the 6th. It will be Max Muncy, I believe. I think. Should be Max Muncy, Tommy Edman, and Ryan Ward. Because, yeah, Mookie Betts is 2 for 3. Let's see, 33 minutes currently in that World Cup game. I think we got a penalty, or not penalty kick, a free kick. Probably like decent bit out, but set play here for Turkey, actually. They're in white. Paraguay's in blue. So chance for the Turks to try and tie this up. I don't know anyone on either team, but I will do my best to play-by-play there. So the kick is away, curls in, header in, and that is off the crossbar and the post. No goal. Feedback in and is going to be knocked out and away. That was insanely close on the header. Pinball's just out on the way. Turkey nearly with a chance to score, but they don't in the end. That was so close. Yeah, just off the crossbar, off the post, batted away. Just barely not in there. Wow. That was really close. So still 1-0. They're in favor of Paraguay, which I think is good for the U.S. Pretty sure that's what we want. I thought there was an ant. Wait, is that an ant crawling across? Nope. Yeah, I thought there was an ant crawling across my screen, but they were showing the skyline for LA's will get Max Muncy to ground out on the first pitch cutter to beat Alonso for out number 1. But it was in fact just a really small plane, or like a plane like really far in the background, flying like right below the Masson scoreboard. I thought it was an ant crawling across my screen because it was like right at that size. I was like, do I need to scrub it off my touchscreen? That was very funny. But it was in fact not an ant. It was just something on the screen itself. First pitch is a cutter just outside, might have clipped the zone, but it's called ball 1 to Tommy Edman, who's 2 for 2. I think both with singles at the moment. Turkey with another chance to try and score here. We've got a man down as well. There's a strike with a cutter at the top right of the zone. 1-1. Ooh, Panama. Or Paraguay, sorry, not Panama. Paraguay with a chance. They've stretched the field on the counterattack. Oh, shot. Nope. Next pitch is swung on a miss on a slider there, 1-2. And nope. Turkey is defended well enough. Oh, hey, hang on. Paraguay with the attack. Paraguay the shot. Save. And cleared. Pulling double duty here. So 1-2 here from Gibson. In the meanwhile, 84 pitches to Tommy Edman. Slider swing and miss. Strike 3. That slider is killing the Dodgers at the moment. Strikeout number 7 now for Trey Gibson. I think most of them have been on that slider as well. Just drops straight out of there. Edman swings and misses. Get a yellow card here at some point on someone in that match. I think on one of the coaches, actually. For not sure, but I think we got a yellow card on the coach. I think for Paraguay. Really, someone on the bench for Paraguay got a yellow card. Don't see that every day. 1-0 here to Ryan Ward, who's 0 for 2. Takes slider just below the zone. 1-1. I think it was on the Paraguay head coach who got a yellow card. Must have said something bad. 88th pitch coming up here for Gibson. Throws another slider that is foul tipped. Will be strike 2 nonetheless. So again, that slider is really working well for Gibson. Would have liked to, I guess, thrown it a little earlier in the game to maybe prevent some of the runs. But this is not, I'm not putting this loss on Trey Gibson. I know right now he is in favor of the loss, or like in line for the loss as, you know, the stat-wise, but this is not on him at the moment. With holding the Dodgers to 3 runs, it's the offense that has done nothing. Again, just 1 hit, 1 walk. Ward fouled that slider back behind home plate. Keegan Aiken warming in the bullpen at the moment. Kind of surprised it's not Albert Suarez. I guess maybe because it's lefty-heavy lineup, put the lefty in. But even then, Keegan Aiken's better getting righties out. Slider buried in the dirt, no swing. 2-2. 90 pitches now for Gibson. Probably his last inning, I would assume. Gets someone on Turkey down in the game. He's still holding his face. See if Gibson can get another strikeout here. Throws a 4-seamer away. And that 4-seamer has not really been located all that well this game. So the count has run full against Ward. He was grounded out and I believe struck out as well. Yeah, ground out and struck out. Will walk this time. Takes a slider inside. The 2-out walk here for the Dodgers. Extends the inning. Brings up Dalton Rushing, who is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Hopefully Outranaz leaves Gibson in. I want to see him try and go through 5. It looks like he is. Now he's stretching his hat out in the dugout, but he's not leaving the dugout. So Gibson is sticking in here at 92 pitches against Dalton Rushing through 4 2/3. Throws a fastball outside. I think it might have been a cutter outside for ball 1. Slider has been his most used pitch tonight, and it has worked very well. 4-seamer has been the next most. Has not worked nearly as well. 4 strikeouts on the slider alone tonight. 3 total entering today. There is a 4-seamer that is swung on a miss. Kind of check swing, but Still a swing and miss nonetheless. So it's 1-1. Oh, Paraguay with a chance, and good defense there. 1-1 here to rushing on the 95th pitch coming up here for Gibson. There's a slider just outside. I think Basayo's going to challenge here. This is going to stand, though, as a ball. Basayo and Rushing chatting it up. Both of them are going to lose a challenge here. Or both of them will now have lost a challenge behind home plate. That one was a little closer than the one Rushing lost. Only an inch out, but still outside. The O's are down to one ABS challenge, I believe, but they also lost their infield challenge back in the first inning. And there's a slider taken for strike two at the bottom of the zone. Good pitch from Gibson. So just pumping that slider is Trey Gibson. Looking for an out here, hopefully a strikeout. We'll love that. Looking for strikeout number 8 or any kind of out here against Dalton Rushing to try and keep this game 3-0. Give the O's a chance. And there it is. Strikeout on the slider. What else is there? So 8 strikeouts for Trey Gibson. And again, not the greatest start in the world, but he's going to go 5 innings, gives up 3 runs, all earned. But 8 strikeouts, a lot to love going forward for Trey Gibson. Again, just his 5th career start, 6th career game in the majors. That slider was on fire today. Now I just need the offense to do something. Anything. They did better last inning. They actually got a guy on base for once. First time tonight. See if Holiday, Jackson, and Ward can do something here. Ward does have the lone hit for the Orioles. But Turquier now on the attack at the moment. 41 minutes, well, actually 42 minutes now in that game. Ooh, cross is just a little off line. That is going to not actually be taken for a goal kick. Goalie's going to save that there. He picks it up right at the end. That's South America versus... I don't know, do you count Turkey as Europe or Asia? I feel like I count that as Europe, but it's like right in that, like, kind of towards the Middle East where it's like, do you count it as Europe? Do you count it as Asia? Then the Eurasian area is Turkey. I kind of count it as Europe, though. I don't know. What do you think, Kevin? Do you count Turkey as Europe or Asia? Throw in from Paraguay is defended and then immediately given away. Paraguay still has it at the moment. Actually, that rebounds off the referee. So I think it's going to stick with Paraguay at the moment. He kind of accidentally got in the middle of the pass, so Paraguay keeps the ball. Though they now pass it back to their goalie. Yeah, that's my... Oh, Paraguay gives it away. Turkey with the attack. And they give it away instead. So poor pass there from Paraguay, but they get bailed out. Yeah, I agree. I think I'd put Turkey in Europe, but it's right on that little Middle Eastern area where it's like, do you count it as Europe? Do you count it as Asia? Because like most people, when you think Asia, you think more like East Asia with China, Japan, or like India, like South Asia with, or like Vietnam and whatnot. Not necessarily like your like the steppes area, like the Eurasian steppes with like with Turkey and Georgia and Azerbaijan and Armenia. Just to flex my geography, or like Central Asia with like, you know, all the stands: Kazakhstan, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan. Paraguay on the attack here. 1-1 also to Jackson Holiday. I should probably do what I actually came here to do. Holiday swings and misses on the splitter. It's 1-2. Paraguay with the cross in. Header out by Turkey. Header back in. Header out again. So we got a foul here on Paraguay as well, I think. So Drew French talking with Trey Gibson in the dugout. 1-2 from Sasaki to Holiday. Holiday knocks this one over. That's going to be a base hit. The second hit of the game for the Orioles. Jackson Holiday goes opposite field for the single on the 80th pitch from Roki Sasaki. The leadoff man is on for the Orioles for the first time tonight. What should have been the second time, but his first time. Turkey has a shot blocked there. We get high boot as well. Ethan Holiday is actually in the stands for tonight. believe he was picked by Colorado, I think, in the draft. He was the first overall pick. I know that. Jeremiah Jackson swings and misses. We got a bit of a some chippiness going on in that Paraguay-Turkey game. Paraguay is still down on the field. Not quite fisticuffs, but it's getting chippy over there. I'm not sure where they're playing. The 0-1 to Jeremiah Jackson kind of jam shot this one into shallow center. This will be caught by Andy Pages. Throw back over to first base will not be in time. So just barely hung up a little bit in that Bermuda Triangle for Pajes to make the out on the soft fly out. So Jeremiah Jackson is 0 for 2. Kind of got inside on the inside part of the bat a little bit, but hang up just enough for the sliding catch by Pajes. Good play nonetheless. Not an easy play. Brings up Taylor Ward, who's again 1 for 2 with a single that wound up being thrown out at second. Ward on the first pitch lines this over just foul. That would have been, that had double written all over it had that stayed fair, but just barely not down the third base line. Grounded out last time he was up. So barring a double play here, Gunnar Henderson will bat after this. Let's hope the O's can do something after getting the leadoff man on for the first time. Ward will knock this one over foul again over on the third base line. This one for sure foul. Just out in front a little bit. In an 0-2 hole now. So Ward's swinging the bat a little bit more tonight compared to what he usually does a lot earlier in the season where he would take every pitch possible. An 0-2 hole at the moment. Will swing and miss. Strike 3 on the fastball. Was a little late on that one. So 2 down now after the leadoff single. I think there's still something being talked about this penalty in the World Cup match. Yeah, Ward just a little late and underneath that four-seamer. The referee has gone over to the replay booth, actually. I think they're reviewing a potential red card at the moment. Henderson on the first pitch takes a splitter down for ball 1. Not sure what it might have been, like someone from Paraguay might have spit on a Turkey player, maybe? I think that's what happened. That's not good. They turned the referee's mic on, so he's yelling at someone. Henderson knocks this pitch high in the air, deep to right field. That will get out for a 2-run homer. I was not thinking that was getting out at all, but it was a little bit of a short portion right field. Henderson on the breaking ball just loops that one over into shallow right for a 2-run homer. We are suddenly in a 1-run game here on Gunnar Henderson's 16th home run of the season. 375, 106.6 off the bat. Wow. This game got interesting. And yeah, that is a red card on Paraguay. That game also just got interesting. Paraguay's down to 10 players. So Henderson, that's a couple of games now, or a couple times now in the past few days where he's had 2-run homers. So the Orioles suddenly, with a little bit of life here, Alonso on the first pitch takes down below the zone for ball 1. He's 0 for 2 at the moment with a strikeout. But Gunnar Henderson has put the O's back in this game. Alonso takes strike 1. Really good splitter there. Just clips the bottom of the zone. So the O's offense, which had done basically nothing for most of this game, has now made it just a 1-run game. This in probably what's going to be Sasaki's last inning as well here in the 6th. As Alonso knocks one high in the air, deep to left field. That will tie this game. Alonso goes with the pole shot over into left field. We are tied. So Gunnar Henderson tied up the home run category with Alonso at 16. Alonso takes it right back, 375 as well. 97.5 off the bat, but he goes to the pole side. We're all square. So Trey Gibson no longer the losing pitcher. So the Orioles from out of nowhere have tied this game up. That is going to do it for Roki Sasaki as well. 90 pitches, 3 runs given up, all in the blink of an eye. The Orioles, 2 leading home run hitters, have tied this game up. So this, I mean, should the Orioles hold on to win this game, start it right with Trey Gibson. You know, has a rough first couple innings. You know, loads the bases in the third with nobody out. And from there on, he is just pitched a gem, really, from after that. And now the Orioles finally have some offense here. We'll see if they can pull out a win here, but we are all square. That shot from Turkey just goes right over the net. 50 minutes now, right towards the end of stoppage time for the first half. So Turkey is down by 1, but they're up a player at the moment with the red card from, I guess, a Paraguay player spitting on a Turkey player. So some action here on a Friday night. I was like, I had no energy coming in this, and after the first like inning or two, I was ready to go to bed. But now it's actually, we got stuff going on here. So the Orioles with 2 outs, as they like to do, have put on some action here. And again, we're tied. Can go either way. And it looks like we got a lot of salty Australians on Twitter right now after that game. Let's see. Else, I'm trying to like investigate what happened in that with that red card. I don't know what's going on. Let's see. I guess he didn't spit on him. He was just saying something to the Turkey player. Went straight to a red card. I don't know what happened there. That was weird. Not sure what happened at all. But Sayo on the first pitch from Dreyer takes ball 1, lefty reliever. Should probably go look up what he was doing. Jack Dreyer, 28 games pitched, 3.68 ERA, 29.1 innings, 0.99 whip, and lost the rest of the stats. So on the 0-1, we'll foul this one back. So Jack Dreyer. Come on, spawned. And D-R-E-Y. That's why it's not showing up. There we go. Throws 4-seamer, slider, and curveballs. A 3-pitch mix. Vasayo will tap this one. Of course it has to go off his foot. My goodness, Vasayo cannot catch a break. So Vasayo hobbling in pain as per usual, it feels like this month. So he just, every time feels like he's up to bat. Like every game, he's just fouling something off himself. It's just ridiculous. Like, it's not his fault. It's just like, he's got the worst luck possible, has Vasayo. He fouls it, I think, right off the top of his right foot from the looks of it, which has gotta hurt. Yeah, right off the top of his right foot. That has gotta hurt a ton. So hopefully Basayo's okay. Albius, for some reason, also talking to Dalton Rushing. Not really sure why, but it seems like it's all good. Basayo's going to stay into bat. Oh, hang on. There we go. Oh, nope. Keep clicking the wrong thing. There we go. Sorry about that. Don't know if it actually like goes to a black screen if I minimize the tab, but I was not trying to. I was trying to click back to OBS. But Basayo's in a 1-2 hole at the moment. And it's halftime now in the Turkey-Paraguay game. Again, 1-0 still at the moment, though Paraguay is down a player. The 1-2 to Basayo is taken outside for ball 2 on the curveball. But Dreyer mostly throws, actually does not throw the curveball nearly at all to lefties. Mostly throws the fastball and slider. Threw the curveball there, though. Basayo takes strike 3. Looking at something else, slider right in the middle of the zone. So he goes down looking. But the Orioles, after having nothing against Sasaki basically for 5 innings, get a couple of homers off him. It's 3-3. We're going to the bottom of the 6th inning. I doubt it's going to be Keegan Aiken now. That's for sure. Like, no chance it's Keegan Aiken with the tie game. Probably Grant Wolfram is my guess. But, I mean, Wolfram, Garcia, and Helsley are probably some of your top guys. Like, my guess is some combination of Grant Wolfram, Yennier Cano, Rico Garcia, and Ryan Helsley will be taking the next 4 innings. Because I don't think we'll see Trey Gibson pitching in the 7th, just because of the pitch count. I think it's still getting a scuffle there in that Turkey-Paraguay match, even with halftime being called. It is feisty over there. I'm going to preemptively pull up Grant Wolfram on Baseball Savant, because I thought I heard Kevin Brown and Jim Palmer mention him over in the broadcast. I will preemptively pull him up. All right, let's go see. Is Ranger Suarez still pitching a no-hitter? Let me check on that as well. It's 5-0. Though definitely not though. There's he has given up at least a hit at the moment. So 6 2/3, 1 hit, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. So the no-hitter has been broken up, but he's still pitching a scoreless inning at the moment. There are runners on second and third, 2 outs. Cole Young batting for the Mariners. I almost said Seahawks. The Angels, up 11-5 now over the Athletics. So going to be anime night, Naruto night on Monday as well. I might have to go to that. Although I haven't watched Naruto. It's the one of the big 4 shonen anime that I've not watched yet. But the Oriole bird in Naruto's getup, I don't remember what exactly it's called, but that's cool there. Actually, it's going to be Andrew Kittredge on to pitch for the O's here. Interesting. Andrew Kittredge. I know they're trying to phase him back more into a higher leverage spot after he came back from injury in a low leverage spot and didn't really pitch all that well, but throws strike 1 to Alex Freeland. Kittredge throws slider, sinker, and 4-seamer. Loves the slider, especially to righties. Though Freeland, a lefty, throws a bit more of an even split between all 3 of his pitches to lefties. There's a 4-seamer that is above the zone for ball 1. Kittredge, who got traded to the Cubs last deadline, then came back on a deal. Throws a sinker way outside for ball 2. Again, started out the season on the injured list, if I remember correctly. I don't think he started out the season on the team and then went down with injury. I think he just started out injured. He's come back. It's not exactly pitched super spectacular, but he's been pitching better over his past couple weeks or so compared to when he first came back. Freeland fouled that one off, so it's 2-2. But no decision for Gibson or Sasaki after they both leave. I guess Gibson left after 5, Sasaki after 6, but it is a tie game. So 2-2 here for Freeland to lead off the bottom of the 6th. Will be taken inside on a slider for ball 3. But Freeland, Tucker, and Pages are the batters for the Dodgers. O's definitely need a shutdown inning here to try and keep the momentum going. It's going to be tough with Andy Pages, that's for sure. Let's see if Kittredge can find some magic here against the Dodgers. Swing and miss. Strike 3 on the slider there. Freeland goes down for out number 1. 9th strikeout of the night for Orioles pitching as well. First for Kittredge. So Gibson goes 5 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs, all earned, 4 walks to 8 strikeouts. Sasaki goes 5 2/3, 4 hits, 3 runs, all earned, 1 walk to 6 strikeouts. 5 of those strikeouts for Gibson were on that slider as well. Kittredge on the first pitch to Tucker is a sinker there at the top of the zone for strike 1 taken. Good pitch there from Kittredge. Sasaki talking with some guys in the Dodgers dugout, not sure who. But it was a good 5 innings basically for Sasaki, and then after that, it was not. As Tucker lines this one over into right field, that's going to be a base hit. Will be a single. So 1 on, 1 out here for Andy Pages, who again had an RBI double in this game already. 4-seamer at the top of the zone that Tucker just pulls over into right field. That was a good goal there from Paraguay at the start of the game. Really good goal. So first pitch to Andy Pages, who's 1 for 3. In there for strike 1 on a sinker. But is grounded out, fouled out, and doubled. Might not be a foul out, might be a fly out. Oh yeah, he's flied out. Grounded out, flied out, and doubled. Just said FO, and that made me think foul out, but that is in fact a fly out. Because he flied out to Colton Cowser the first time up. That's what it was. So I still don't know what that red card was all about in that game. But the 0-1 to Pages. Double play is ideal here. That is chopped foul. So an 0-2. Strikeout here would be nice as well. After that, it would be Freddie Freeman, who is 0 for 2 with a walk. I think. Yeah, that looks right. I think that's how it goes. Kittredge in a favorable count at the moment against Andy Pages. The 0-2 is knocked foul on a sinker. Runs inside, was in the zone, but Pages a little bit late to that one. Gets just a piece. There's Grant Wolfram warning, so he might get the next inning, or he's the next guy up for the Orioles in the pitching order. And probably Garcia and then Helsley to end it, should this score hold. Pages takes outside for ball 1 as well. So a game that was all Dodgers for the most part for the first 5 and 2/3 innings has now suddenly gone back all square. The 1-2 here from Kittredge to Pages is chopped over. Very short roller to Henderson. Flip over to second base is in time. Will just be able to get 1. Too slow to get 2. Too slow of a developing play to get 2. But gets the leadoff runner out. So not a productive out, is a fielder's choice on the grounder there. So replace Tucker with Pages at first. Brings up Freddie Freeman. 2 outs now here in the bottom of the 6th. So we get... All right, now we're going. I think the ball boy was running around a little bit, but we are underway again. Kittredge looking to pitch a shutdown inning here, try and get the Orioles to give them the lead. Throws strike 1 to Freddie Freeman on a slider there. So again, Freeman 0 for 2 with a walk. Struck out and flied out in this game. So 0-1 at the moment. Throw at first base, not in time. But Kittredge, who's again kind of being shuffled back into the higher leverage spots here, has gotten a couple outs, given up the 1 hit. See if he can buckle down here and send this game into the 7th. Up to bat for the Orioles will be Leody Taveras, Colton Cowser, and Kobe Mayo. Still in base attempt for Pages, but that is going to be fouled off by Freeman. So Pages is going to have to retreat back to first. It is going to be 0-2. Don't know if Basayo is going to have a chance to throw him out. So Kittredge gets away with 1 there. Pages trying to generate something for the Dodgers. See if Kittredge throws over again. But Freeman in an 0-2 hole at the moment. Will chop this one foul. No stolen base attempt either. Yeah, that's just baseball, Kevin. I mean, Brian Wu was pitching really well yesterday, and the O's offense, I mean, they looked like they did today for the first 5 innings. They just couldn't do anything. And I mean, Seattle's a good team. You know, they don't always have great games, but they're a good team this season. So it's just, I don't know. I mean, Ranger Suarez is pitching well today. Freeman's going to chop this one just foul. So he stays alive. Still 0-2. I mean, Ranger Suarez today was pitching what I think the Red Sox were hoping he was going to pitch like. I know his season has been solid, but maybe not quite what they expected. But today, I mean, he was pitching really well. But sometimes bad teams win and good teams lose, and that's what the Red Sox are doing today against the Mariners. I mean, hey, sometimes like O's could beat the Dodgers here, which would be nice. Freeman pokes that one foul. I'd love a win tonight against the Dodgers. That'd be fun. I'd love a series win against the Dodgers. That'd be great. They gotta get Freddie Freeman out here to start the win. That's the idea. Is get Freddie Freeman out, then good things will come. So 0-2 once more. A lot of foul balls for Freddie Freeman in this at bat. Kittredge trying to strike him out. Check swing. Does he go? No. Slider below the zone. First ball of the sequence. And Freddie Freeman, surefire Hall of Famer. I don't know if he's going to be first ballot, but he's getting in the Hall of Fame at some point. Don't know if probably getting as a Brave, maybe both as a Brave and a Dodger. I don't know, but probably as a Brave, as Freeman will ground this one foul again. But it's just very fantastic player. And a long at bat here against Kittredge. Going to be the 8th pitch coming up here, including 5 foul balls in this sequence. 1 ball thrown, 1 strike looking as well. That started out the sequence. It's been all foul balls there. There's a ball taken on the slider in the dirt. No steal attempt from Pages, so he stays at first. 2-2 now is the count. So 21 pitches here for Kittredge in the bottom of the 6th. Gave up a single, but has gotten 2 outs at the moment, so runner on first. Get someone running through the outfield in a Dodgers uniform. I'm not sure what's going on there. There's a beach ball on the field. Oh, it's the ball boy. Okay. There's an inflatable beach ball. Fell onto the field, so the I guess another ground screw or someone for the Dodgers who has a very nice mustache received the beach ball and just popped it immediately, tossed it over his back. This Freeman will foul that one off just barely again on a fastball, basically by his hands. Yeah, the Dodgers savage just kind of squeezed it up against his chest, popped it, just tossed it right over his shoulder, over into the stands behind him. No reaction whatsoever. He's like, I want to see some baseball. I want to see the Dodgers win. Very nice mustache, I must reiterate from that guy. Kittredge is a very good beard looking to strike out Freeman. That one is just high. Going to run the count full here. Freeman has worked a really good at-bat here against Kittredge to keep himself alive and this inning alive. 10 pitches already in this at-bat. Going to see an 11th here now in the full count. Kittredge trying to find something. Pages goes early. Freeman knocks this one high in the air. Deep right field. That will be actually caught by Leody Taveras at the wall. I thought that was gone by a mile. Taveras is down still. He has the ball in his glove. Cowser gives the thumbs up. I think Taveras just had the wind knocked out of him. I thought that ball was gone by a mile. I think everyone in the crowd did as well. Instead, that is just a very exciting flyout for out number 3. Taveras against the wall. Like that wasn't even going to be a homer. That was just going to be a double off the wall. But Taveras makes the catch. We're still 3-3 here. A very exciting flyout to end the inning. That had Freddie Freeman, grand slam in the World Series against Nestor Cortez written all over it with that pitch. I thought it was gone, and it was not. So we are moving. It is now officially Saturday. We're at least on the East Coast. Yeah, I have no idea how that didn't go out. That looked like it was going to be a 500-foot homer, and it was not. It was like a 360-foot flyout. So I guess a little bit of Orioles magic helping them out there to keep this game tied. Kittredge with a long battle against Freddie Freeman gets him out in the end. And the O's have a chance to take the lead somehow. Not really sure how, but they do. Sure. So, and again, it'll be Colton, or we actually be Leody Taveras up to bat, who just made that catch. Then Colton Cowser and Kobe Mayo. So I think second half for that Turkey Paraguay game is also starting out real soon. So Cowser gives the thumbs up to Taveras there after Taveras got up. Hopefully Taveras is going to be fine. Again, he's up to bat here against someone for the Dodgers. Don't know if it's still going to be Jack Dreyer or not, but we'll see. The matchup-wise, it doesn't really work for this stretch because Taveras is a switch hitter, Cowser's a lefty, and Mayo's a righty. It is going to be Jack Dreyer's day, and he only did throw 5 pitches. That was all against Samuel Basayo. So Taveras switches over to the right-handed batter's box as the switch hitter. Looking to give the Orioles the lead, or at least a leadoff man. Takes strike one on a good fastball at the top left corner. 0-1. But Taveras 0 for 2. Cowser 0 for 1 with a walk, and Mayo 0 for 2. Taveras knocks one high in the air and foul. Taveras has struck out already once in this game. We are also underway in the second half of Paraguay and Turkey. Yeah, 0-2 count at the moment. Tie game once more. Top of the 7th here. Orioles offense came to life in the 6th. Taveras takes ball 1 on a slider in the dirt. First of 3 games for the Orioles against the Dodgers. I think probably the only 3 games they're going to play. I think usually against most National League teams, the O's, like American teams, only play them in 1 3-game series a lot of the time. Outside of the Nats, because they usually play 4 games. That one is up and away for ball 2. I mean, I know the O's actually play, I think, 6 games against the Nats total, because they're close by. Double barrel action for the Nats in their, or not the Nats, the Dodgers in their bullpen, sorry. This one's going to be a soft grounder over to shortstop, and, ooh, just barely. Slow developing play. The Leody Taveras ran that one out, but he's just barely thrown out by Mookie Betts. I'm curious to see how close this was. Yeah, he's out, but not by much. It was close. But it is still out number 1. Al Renaz talking with someone. I think actually talking with Jackson Holiday, maybe. Maybe. I don't know. Al Renaz talking with someone in the dugout. U.S. Would win the group result if this score stands, as Cowser lines this one over into right field. That is a base hit on the pull shot. No desire to make it to second there for Colton. That's smart. So Cowser's reached base twice in this game. So singles on the first pitch there. So curveball that just kind of hangs up right in the middle of the zone, and Cowser lines it nicely. So Cowser is going to retreat back to the dugout at the moment because Roberts is going to... Dodgers manager Dave Roberts is going to make a pitching substitution. Will be someone. I'm not sure who. Number 61 for the Dodgers. I'm not sure who that is. Who, in fact, are you? Does this have numbers? Yes, it does. Hang on. I will find it eventually. Will Klein. There we go. That is who's going to be coming on to pitch for the Dodgers. Will Klein. You are a righty reliever. Really good baseball savant page. Wow, that is a lot of red. Throws a 4-seamer, sweeper, curveball, and slider. Let's see. 2.12 ERA, 1.28 whip. Let's see. Does have 1 save so far on the season. 32 strikeouts. Does have 10 holds as well in the season. So not their closer, but he's one of their higher leverage relievers for sure. From Bloomington, Indiana, from the looks of it. Because I think high end is Indiana. 0.8 WAR as a pitcher as well, according to ESPN. But he will face Kobe Mayo. I don't know if we'll see a pinch hitter here. I doubt it. I don't think the O's have anybody lefty on the bench on the infield. Actually, like, who would be on the bench for the O's? Sam Huff and Tyler O'Neill, I think. And then Sam Huff, Tyler O'Neill, Blaze Alexander, and Adley Rutschman. So yeah, no, all of them are righties actually, now that I think about it. So this is going to still be Kobe Mayo. Will Klein, opponent's hitting 241 off of him, 9.7 strikeouts per nine, 3.3 walks per nine, has given up 1 home run on the season so far in 25 games. Another good beard there out of the bullpen this time for the Dodgers for Will Klein. First pitch to Kobe Mayo is taken for ball one on strike one on a sweeper. It's right in the middle of the zone. I don't know why I said ball one. I guess because Kobe Mayo didn't swing, but the winning run at the moment is on first base for the O's. Mayo has struck out and flied out. There's a fastball outside for ball one, 96 miles per hour. Turkey looking to attack here a little bit in minute 50. I guess they reset it back to 45 after the first half stoppage time. But Mayo will not ground this one over into an open right field gap. That is going to be base hit. Kauser, I think, is going to maybe hold at second. Yeah, he's going to hold at second. But that is a single there. An awkward single for Kobe Mayo because he kind of slipped coming out of the batter's box. But it was an opposite field single there in a wide open opposite field gap. Fastball right in the zone. But there was, I mean, Freeman's playing basically at the bag at first, and Freeland's playing at the bag at second, so there was no one there whatsoever to make the play. So first and second now, one out here for Jackson Holliday, who is 1 for 2 on the day. Scored last time he was up due to the Gunnar Henderson home run. Was the man on base. Had led off in the 6th inning, actually. So Jackson Holliday takes outside as well for ball one. Takes ball two now on a curveball below the zone. So a chance here for the O's. Try and find a way to win this game. Holliday in a very favorable count at the moment, 2-0. Kauser at second, Mayo at first. Holliday takes all the way on a slider in the zone for strike one. Turkey now on the defense at the moment. I think we get a foul called. 2-1 for Holliday against Will Klein. He's given up a single so far. Holliday will take just outside on a sweeper. He's in a 3-1 count now. Barring a double play, Jeremiah Jackson will be up to bat unless we get a pinch hitter there. Maybe that's where you pinch hit. Maybe you pinch hit Tyler O'Neill there. I don't know. I don't know if they want to pinch hit Tyler O'Neill there. Might just keep Jeremiah Jackson in. I don't know. And Holliday is going to take a walk. 5-pitch walk there for Holliday. He does not swing the bat. Loads the bases here for the Orioles. 1 out. Dave Roberts is shaking his head. I think the Dodgers pitching coach is going to go out and have a chat with Will Klein. Brings up Jeremiah Jackson, so no pinch hit here. We do get a mound visit from the Dodgers pitching coach. So Jackson, who's 0 for 2, though. Looking to get an RBI here for the Orioles as they suddenly find themselves in a very favorable position. Career with the bases loaded, 3 for 8, 2 grand slams, 10 RBIs. Both those grand slams have come this season as well. 1 against Arizona, 1 against Houston, I believe. That big comeback against the Diamondbacks back in early April. I was actually driving home from Pennsylvania with that game on the radio when that happened. That was crazy. That was an eventual come from behind victory there for the O's. They were down like 7-2, I think. And wound up winning that one like 9-7 or something like that. And then the other one was that 2 grand slam game against Houston with Adley Rutschman also hitting a grand slam. I love a grand slam here. Would just love anything past the infield. Takes inside for ball 1 on a sweeper. Would love a bases loaded walk as well. That would be great. Love that. But is grounded out and flied out. But just anything fair past the infield. As Jeremiah Jackson does just that. Soft little opposite field knock. That is going to be an RBI single. And Holiday just barely makes it back to second base. That is a 2 RBI single, actually. And Jeremiah Jackson's second start in all of June with the 2 RBI single. Mayo's home. Hauser's home. 5-3 Orioles. 5 unanswered runs for the O's as well. Just kind of pops a slider out the end of the bat. Right past, I mean, not really past the reach, but that is just like it bounces through the infield on just a little soft little popper there. And Jeremiah Jackson hit with a runner in scoring position. It is now 5 the Orioles. Taylor Ward takes ball 1 just below the zone for on the fastball. The Orioles with the lead for the first time tonight against the Dodgers. Taylor Ward, who was an Los Angeles athlete for most of his career, though not in Dodger Stadium. He was in Angel Stadium. He is 1 for 3. It's 1-1 at the moment. Took a strike high there. Ward will chop this one over to Mookie Betts at short. This will be a double play, unfortunately. But the Orioles do convert with runners in scoring position, which has been a struggle this year. So they unfortunately do strand 2, but they get 2. So it is 5-3 O's. They have the lead here. 2-run lead as well going on to the bottom of the 7th. This time it should be Grant Wolfram coming up. Will be against Mookie Betts, Max Muncy, and Tommy Edmond. So now I will go to Grant Wolfram. I think Taylor Ward was only played for the Angels, if I remember correctly. Let me double check that, but I think he did. But fortunately not a good at-bat there from Taylor Ward. Yeah, Angels from 2018 to 2025 is now on the O's after trading away Grayson Rodriguez, who was unfortunately injured again, I believe. I was hoping we could have seen him in the Angel series coming up. He was in line to start, but I think he's now on the injured list again, unfortunately. And so again, Paraguay scored in the second inning of the game in that World Cup match against Turkey, but they're down to 10 players after a red card, after Paraguay player said something to a Turkey player with his mouth closed, and I don't know what happened, or with his mouth covered with his hand. I don't know what happened there. But so they're playing the entire second half down to 10 with that red card. It'll be interesting here. Turkey definitely, they lose here, they will be eliminated from the World Cup. There's a cross in and just barely booted out. It's going to be a corner kick, I think. Maybe. Not quite sure. But it's an interesting one, to say the least. The Orioles from out of nowhere have come back to take the lead here. And oh no, it's going to be a goal kick. Never mind. It's just a missed touch there on the attempt. But Tyler O'Neill is going to be a defensive substitution at the moment in for Jeremiah Jackson. He did not pinch hit, which is a good thing because Jeremiah Jackson with the 2-run RBI, or the 2 RBI single. It's actually going to be Tyler Wells up to pitch. Never mind. I guess Grant Wolfram's is not going to be used at the moment. Tyler Wells on the first pitch throws just high to Mookie Betts for ball 1 on a fastball. So Hauser's going to move to left field, Tavares into center, and O'Neill into right. The outfield gets shifted around a little bit. Let's see. What was I trying to do? Oh, yeah. That's a slider, I think. Just above the zone, but called strike 1. Take it. So 1-1 to Mookie Betts, who is 2 for 3. Wells, I think dealt with a little bit of an injury earlier in the season, if I remember correctly. Is back here, gets Mookie Betts to swing through a cutter there for strike 2. It's kind of like a lazy half swing there, but did not hold up. Played in 25 games, so I feel like he was injured. I feel like I remember him being injured, but Four-seamer, cutter, changeup, slider, curveball for Wells. There is a slider that hangs up, but Mookie Betts is a little late, fouls it away. Still 1-2. Mostly throws the four-seamer, cutter, and slider to righties. Not really the changeup and curveball at all. Mookie Betts is a righty. Throws the changeup a ton to lefties. Doesn't really throw the curveball much at all, though. Doesn't throw the slider at all to lefties. The 1-2 to Betts is strike 3 called. No challenge because the both teams are actually down to 1, but that is a slider there that might have been a ball. Might have been a strike. One of the two. I'll take it, though. Yeah, no, that clipped the zone. Really good pitch there. So that is out number 1. Has some pair of substitutions for Turkey as well here in minute 60. Actually, minute 59, but it's around minute 60. So it brings up Max Muncy, who's 1 for 2. Takes strike 1. Is that called ball? Nope, called a ball. Was well in the zone there for strike 1 on a curveball that drops in, but was called a ball. Max Muncy 1 for 2 with a walk. Does have 2 RBIs on that double. There's a changeup for strike 1. So singled his first time up. I guess, yeah, it was a single. Then reached second on a fielder's choice, maybe? I don't know. I guess I called it a single. That's a cutter well up high. Walked a second time up, and then out the third time up. But Wells in a big spot here with the O's up 2 in the bottom of the 7th against the reigning back-to-back champs LA Dodgers. 2-1 to Muncy is knocked high and foul on the changeup. So it's 2-2. So yeah, definitely after this, though, it's going to be Rico Garcia and Ryan Helsley, unless the O's put up a ton of runs going on. But they're showing his last appearance was on June 11th against Mariners. 3 innings pitched, did not give up a single hit, I believe, is what it was. 2-2 here to Muncy is going to be swung on a miss. Strike 3 on the cutter. So back-to-back strikeouts here for Tyler Wells to start the 7th. 2 down, nobody out. Or 2 out, nobody on. Yeah, two down, nobody on. There we go. Cutter right above the zone, but Muncy wanted to swing at it. We'll bring up Tommy Edmond, who is 2 for 3. I think. Am I reading that right? Yes, 2 for 3 with strikeout, though. So Wells pitching well here. And Turkey with another opportunity to try and score. Cross in, header in, save. Strike 1 on a cutter to Tommy Edmond. Top of the zone, good pitch. So a couple singles early on, then a strikeout for Edmond, hitting .333 average, but has not played much. I think that's what they were saying, right? Yeah. Because it's only his second game back, actually, from the injured list. Swings and misses. Strike 2 on a fastball that was above the zone. Yeah, this is Edmond's second game. He was on the 60-day IL, so. I mean, hey, 2 hits today is nice to come back, but in an 0-2 hole at the moment, would love a strikeout here. Wells looking to K the side and bring it to the 8th inning. In a good position here against Tommy Edmond, the lefty. The 0-2 pitch is chopped foul. Changeup kind of rolls back towards the Orioles dugout. So we go again. Tanner Scott warming in the bullpen for the Dodgers, as well as Hurt. What is your first name? I don't know off the top of my head. Kyle Hurt is warming as well for the Dodgers. Tanner Scott's kind of been their closer at the moment with Edwin Diaz injured, so I'm curious why he's warming. That cutter is just a little too high, no swing. Ball 1. Get someone down. We get a yellow card on someone, I think, on someone else on, I think on Turkey's coach this time. So it's a couple of yellow cards on coaches so far tonight in that game. And Esmond's going to line this one over to right field. That is going to be down for a base hit. That's going to roll to the wall and kind of slow from the Orioles outfield, but that is a double there. So 2-out double for Tommy Edmond. He's 3 for 4 on the night. So 2-out runner there for the Dodgers. We'll bring up Ryan Ward. That was a 4-seamer above the zone, but Edmond with a good bat on it. Rolls all the way to the wall. So Ryan Ward 0 for 2 with a walk and a strikeout in this game, as well as one other out made. See if he can go 0 for 3 here. That would be lovely. So Wells on the first pitch will be swing and miss on the cutter, which I think was fouled off. Either way, it's strike one. Yeah. Grounded out, struck out, and then walked were his 3 appearances. Hopefully we can get nothing here for Ryan Ward to keep this 5-3. That would be great. Ward will instead line this one over into right. That will hang up, though, for Tyler Wells there, subbed into right field. So hard liner, but right to Tyler Wells, who just came into the game. So it's still a 5-3 game. Tyler Wells gives up the hit, but nothing more. We stay 5-3. It will be Gunnar Henderson, Pete Alonso, and Samuel Basayo up to bat. Both Gunnar and Pete homered last time we were up. See if the O's can tack on another run or two to make this game a bit more comfortable. But it's getting to the high leverage guys there at the end for the O's. And a game that has completely flipped on its head over this past 20 to 30 minutes. Turkey has possession now. There's a shot that is going to go well high. Just completely sailed up and away. Still going to see if Twitter says anything now on that red card. I don't know what happened there. Paraguay. So what happened here? So apparently it's that, like, you're not supposed to cover your mouth and say something to an opposing player. So I think there's been some issues with that and saying some not very good things in the past in some of these international soccer leagues. So they issued the red card there. I think what they're saying is first time this season we've had back-to-back home runs for the Orioles. That was the 2-run shot from Gunnar Henderson and then the solo shot from Pete Alonso tied the game up. Jeremiah Jackson has currently delivered the game-winning RBI single, and there was 2 RBIs on that single as well. But it's Colton Cowser is the game-winning runner pretty much at the moment. We'll love it to stay that way. Kyle Hurt throws first pitch strike on a fastball to Gunnar Henderson. 24 games pitched, 3.86 ERA, 23.1 innings, 1.16 WHIP, bonus inning 2.14 average, 11.6 strikeouts per 9. I think 3.5 walks per 9, 2 home runs given up. Henderson fouls this fastball off 0-2. All right, I think I got there in the end. Kyle Hurt. See if Gunnar Henderson can hurt Kyle Hurt. Got to make the obvious joke there. Well, also a lot of good baseball savant stats. A lot of red there as well. 4-seamer, changeup, and slider. Righty reliever. So Jack Dreyer, I think, is the losing pitcher at the moment because he had left Colton Cowser stranded. Gunnar Henderson's going to tap this one over to Freeland at second. Be thrown out. But it was really Will Klein who gave up the hit. But yeah, Dreyer is in line for the loss at the moment. Wonder if Kittredge is in line for the win then. Or Wells. One of the two, I don't know. I don't know, like, once you get past to this point, like, who gets decided as the winning pitcher. But hopefully it will be a winning pitcher for the Orioles. Hopefully they can hold on to win here. Pete Alonso on the first pitch takes ball one, or strike one. It's like, again, I'm looking like right in the middle of the zone. It's a clear strike one, and I call ball one because like Alonso's not swinging the bat. It's like, oh yeah, he doesn't swing the bat. It's ball one. Now it's strike one. It's right in the middle of the zone. But yeah, strike one, 0-1 count here for Alonso against Hurt. Alonso will shatter his bat and kind of roll it softly over to Mookie Betts for out number 2 on the ground out. Kind of like a half-hearted swing that just completely sawed the bat in half. Luckily, it didn't look like it hit anyone. But yeah, that bat just it was faulty. Blame it on the equipment. But quick 2 outs here for Kyle Hurt on just 5 pitches here in the top of the 8th. Samuel Basayo is over 3, fouls off the first pitch, changeup for strike 1. Struck out swinging, grounded out, and struck out looking. Hitting .255. Does have 10 home runs. Love Basayo to get a hit here tonight. Get something. So the 0-1 to Basayo is going to be knocked foul again on the fastball. Basayo just a little late on it. Just looking a little exasperated with himself, too. Definitely, I think Basayo's kind of one of the guys who wears his emotions on his sleeve. Not quite to the level as Gunnar Henderson. He's certainly an emotional guy. Basayo isn't afraid to show when he's happy and sad. An 0-2 hole at the moment. We'll take well high on a fastball for ball 1. Okay, they're playing in San Francisco. That's where it is. Or, well, Santa Clara, actually. They're playing in the 49ers Stadium. Levi's. And they just got done with their hydration break. The 1-2 to Basayo is swung on a miss. Foul tip. So Basayo looks like he wants to snap his bat, and he does. 3 strikeout game for Basayo. Dodgers have let 10 on base tonight. Wow, I didn't realize it was that bad. Just to the Orioles, comparatively, have just let 2, and that was in the last inning. Oh, it's still up 2, though. My guess is it will be Rico Garcia. I would have to assume it is going to be Rico Garcia on the pitch here in the bottom of the 8th, and then Ryan Helsley in the bottom of the 9th, should this score hold again. Don't know if we'll see, because I don't know how many days Rico Garcia has pitched as of late. But it's been, the past week or so has not been great for Rico, but the season as a whole has been absolutely fantastic for him. And I think getting another yellow card issued on someone for Turkey, eh? The Paraguay player down, that's for sure. Let's see what happened. Yeah, just kind of nudged him while the guy was trying to jump up for a header. Not a lot of contact, but contact nonetheless. I don't know if that warrants a yellow card, but I think they're issuing one. Yep, they did. Only a yellow, though, not a red. So a free kick here for Paraguay, though. It is a long ways away. See if they can do something with it, though. Try and make it 2-0. Both coaches also with yellow cards, which is funny. I don't know if it was both head coaches, but I know it's a coach on both sides, or for both teams, has been issued a yellow card in this game that I've seen. The cross in is long. Header is knocked away, and looks like Turkey is going to clear this out. Yep, they will. Counterattack here. Oh, good defense there by Paraguay. Saves the counter. Good click there. Oh, Turkey still might have a chance here. Switches fields. The pace is slowed slightly, but shot, and that's going to be high. Tomorrow should be Trevor Rogers against Yoshinobu Yamamoto, then Kyle Bradish against Emmett Sheehan on Sunday. I guess technically it's today. Much later today for Rogers and Yamamoto, because again, it is now officially Saturday morning. Wells still on to pitch, actually. Interesting. Tyler Wells against Dalton Rushing. Maybe it's because Rico Garcia's pitched a lot as of late. I don't know. But Wells, I mean, he was a former starter, so maybe they're keeping him on here, at least to start the bottom of the 8th against Dalton Rushing, who is 0 for 3 on the night with a pair of strikeouts. 1-0 at the moment. There's a curveball just a little high as well, so it's 2-0. Interesting decision here for Craig Alvarez, keeping Tyler Wells in the game. There'll be Rushing, Freeland, and Kyle Tucker are the batters for this inning. There's a good changeup at the bottom of the zone for strike 1. So the much maligned backup catcher for the Dodgers this season. Not by his own fans, but by like everyone else. For some of the stuff he's done. And a 2-1 count at the moment. Takes below the zone on changeup for ball 3. He's in a favorable count at the moment. shot from Turkey is almost there. Swing and miss, strike 2. Turkey almost scored there. Full count now for rushing. Ooh. Turkey almost lost it, but they still have it. Trying to put some pressure on. Again, they're up a man as well. The 3-2 here for Wells. 22 pitches. Now working against Dalton Rushing here in the bottom of the 8th. And swing and miss. Strike 3 on a cutter above the zone. Good pitch there from Tyler Wells. Rushing yelling at something, probably himself. He struck out 3 times in this game. Nice. That is strikeout number 12 for Orioles pitching tonight as well. So the swing and miss rate is high tonight for the O's. So Wells still in there to face Alex Freeland. Throws ball 1 on a fastball just above the zone. Corner kick as well for Turkey. Freeland singled his first time up and eventually scored. Then has struck out looking and struck out swinging twice after that. And a 1-0 count at the moment will knock this one over to just above the leap of the third baseman Mayo for a single. So Kyle Tucker now up to bat. He is the tying run. He is 1 for 3 with a walk. That looks like might have been a changeup that just held up a little bit. And Freeland inside outs that one just over the head of Kobe Mayo, who's drawn in a little bit. I think if Kobe Mayo was playing all the way at the back part of the grass, he would have made the play, but I guess analytics said he should have been drawn in. But Kyle Tucker, one of the big contract that the Dodgers brought in this season, will swing and miss, strike 1 on a fastball away. Yeah, I guess, did Rico pitch yesterday? I don't remember. But I guess maybe they're just like, he's just not available today. That's why they're not using him. Turkey with a chance. Turkey, no, gets turned away. There's ball 1 on changeup just outside. Tyler Wells this season versus lefties, 194 average, 3 home runs. Versus righties, 283 average, only 1 home run, though. Contact has been much better for righties, though the power has been a little bit better for lefties. So 1-1 count here at the moment for Kyle Tucker. Will check, or not check, just not swing there on a fastball above the zone for ball 2. Yennier Cano is warming. Yes, he's ready to go whenever. He might come on to face Andy Pages next. This might be Tyler Wells' last batter. He's on 28 pitches at the moment. Tucker knocks one high in the air, but not nearly deep enough to do anything. This is going to be a simple fly out over into left for Colton Cowser for out number 2. So that will do it for Tyler Wells. He leaves Alex Freeland at first, but does get 5 outs on 29 pitches. So it should be Yennier Cano coming in to pitch to try and shut down the 8th inning. And then I assume it's going to be Ryan Helsley in the 9th. I don't know why it wouldn't be. But Tyler Wells with a good appearance out of the bullpen. Going an inning and 2/3. Again, will not be the losing pitcher because he's only leaving 1 on base. Hopefully, though, that is going to be stranded by Yennier Cano. That is indeed the plan. That's for sure. Let's see. Did I get any more views on my latest video? I want to see. I'm up to 50 views now. Oh, wow. I'm at 57. Dang. That jumped up. Yeah, hey, Kevin, if you want to go check out my my latest couple of videos, actually up to 62. I did some recaps of the MLB season so far for every team for April and May. Put in a ton of work. The NL one, which I released on technically Thursday morning, I basically got home from work and basically worked like 7 straight hours on that video to try and get it out by then. It was a long one. I mean, duration wise, it's only like 23 minutes, but it was a lot of work. But I'm happy with how they turned out. I'm liking how they turned out. I have plenty of video ideas brewing in my mind. I just need to actually get off my butt. Well, figuratively, I'm still gonna be sitting in a chair, but get off my butt and do it. Get a that's good. No, it shouldn't be a foul there because he gets ball. But just got caught by the guy. Shouldn't be anything. Yeah, it's just both guys down because the foot got caught on the slide, which is unfortunate. One of the goalies is just sitting down. I think he hurt as well. Oh, that sucks. He's asking for something. Yennier Cano on the pitch for the Orioles. Having a much better season compared to last year. Not all been good. Like, there's definitely been some bonus, but opponents hitting just 169. 0.8 whips, giving up 1 home run, 8.3 strikeouts per 9, 1.8 walks per 9, 2.16 ERA, 33 games played, 25 innings pitched. A lot of sideways action for Cano. Check on first base is not in time, but actually kind of close. A lot of good metrics so far on Baseball Savant for Cano this season. Sinker, splitter, slider, four-seamer. So this one is a sinker that is fouled off by Andy Pajes, who's 1 for 4. Again, does have that RBI double that had made it 3-0 way back in the second inning. That was the hopefully going to be the last run the Dodgers scored tonight. Knocking on all the wood. No goal for Turkey there. Pajes swings and misses on a sinker down and in for strike 2. I think the Paraguay goalie is having some issues with his foot right now. 80 minutes as well in that game. So 0-2 from Cano to Pajes. Looking to strand the runner on first and keep this game 5-3. It'll be Taveras, Cowser, and Mayo up to bat in the top of the ninth. And there's a swing and a miss. Strike 3, foul tip. Yeah, there we go. Pajes, don't know if the Dodgers are going to try and challenge this. Right now it is strikeout to end the inning. Yeah, no challenge here. Foul tip, strike 3 on another sinker there. I mean, either way, it's a strikeout. They're calling a foul tip. I'm not even sure if he got any contact on it, but it is a strikeout nonetheless. So the Dodgers strand yet another. I think that is 11 now left on base for the Dodgers here tonight. And strikeout number 13 for the Orioles as we move on to the top of the ninth. Again, Taveras, Cowser, Mayo up to bat. Taveras 0 for 3 on the night. From the few Orioles that has not gotten a hit. It's really him and Basayo of the starting lineup that have not gotten hits after a very slow start offensively. And Turkey nearly scored there from the looks of it. So how the shot go? It's good. Not great contact. And yeah, just misses it a little bit. Yeah, just a little off target there. But it's getting down towards the end in that match. Turkey been pressuring Paraguay a lot this half, unsurprisingly, given the man advantage. They have yet to find the back of the net. Paraguay playing good defense. Let's go check the out-of-town scoreboard one last time. Basically, all the other games should be over at this point. Oh, what? So the Angels and A's are tied 11-11 here in the 10th inning. It was 11-4 going into the 6th inning. Or what? Yeah, it was 11-4 going to the bottom of the 6th, and the A's have put up 7 unanswered. Zach Geloff, RBI single in the bottom of the 6th. Jacob Wilson, 2-run homer in the bottom of the 7th. The other Max Muncy with a 2-run homer in the bottom of the 8th. Leody Taveras squares the bunt. He's going to just barely get thrown out at first. Very close, trying to bunt his way on by Max. This Max Muncy throws him out as first. And then Jonah Heim with a game-tying 2-run home run in the bottom of the 9th. That is insane. That's the only other game going on at the moment. 11-11 is that game. Blake Trinan into pitch for the Dodgers, by the way. 1.14 whip, opponents hitting 247, 3.68 ERA, 28 games played, 22 innings pitched, 9.4 strikeouts per 9, 4.1 walks per 9, 2 home runs given up. Trinan on the first pitch to Colton Cowser is a ball that's called a strike. No challenge from Colton Cowser on the fastball. Yeah, it's This game and the Angels-A's game is the only ones left. Cowser check swing. Does he go? Yes, unfortunately. Apparently I missed a ball as well, so I think it's 1-2 at the moment. Or wait, no, he didn't go. Never mind. 1-1. So sweeper, sinker, four-seamer, cutter, and changeup are the pitches for Trinan. 1-1 to Cowser is kind of fouled back into the chest protector of Dalton Rushing for strike 2. Primarily throws that sinker to lefties and then a somewhat decent mix of everything else. Throws the sinker and the slider a lot to righties and not much else. Oop, sorry about that. Accidentally minimized it. Okay, Red Sox won 6-2 over the Mariners. That was the other game that was waiting to go final. I was looking for an insurance run or two. Cowser takes up and away for ball 2 on the fastball. There we go. All right. Soriano turned it around at least a little bit. And Turkey almost scored, but they didn't. There we go. That's some good performances there. Love that. As Cowser is going to swing and miss strike 3 on the sweeper. So 2 up, 2 down here for Trinan in the top of the 9th on 6 pitches. Bring up Kobe Mayo, who's 1 for 3. And a sweeper that Cowser was out in front a little bit. So Trinan the righty against Mayo the righty. Should Kobe Mayo reach, it will be Jackson Holliday. And then should Jackson Holliday reach, it would be Tyler O'Neill. But that will require Kobe Mayo to reach base here. Good, really good sinker there. Looked more like a changeup with that direction at least, but velocity enough to make it a sinker. And it is unsurprisingly Ryan Helsley warming. It will be his second game since returning from the IL. Gave up 2 solo shots against Seattle his first time back on Wednesday, but buckled down for the closeout there. I don't know if they would count it as a save, but he got the win eventually. Mayo fouls that one off, so he's 0-2. But this is for sure a safe situation. Hopefully, we don't see any solo shots from Helsley this time around. Will be Freddie Freeman, Mookie Betts, and Max Muncy up to bat. Mayo will swing and miss strike 3 on the sweeper there. So 3 up, 3 down in the top of the 9th for the Dodgers. Stays 5-3. But the dangerous part of the order for the Dodgers coming up here. Guys that they want. Up against Ryan Helsley, the Orioles closer. Former St. Louis Cardinal for most of his career. Was a New York Met. Traded at the deadline last year to the Mets last year and was not good in New York, but was very good to start out before going down with an injury that took him out for all of May and decent chunk of June. It was like shoulder inflammation, I think, for Helsley, but he's back from Tahlequah, Oklahoma. Let's see. Yeah, he was been from the Cardinals from 2019 to 2025, then had gotten traded in 2025 to the Mets, now on the O's. Was really, really good in 2024. Like one of the better closers in baseball. Not nearly as good in 2025, but has been better in 2026. Hopefully, he stays that way here tonight. Let me pull up his stats on Baseball Savant eventually. Big, hard-thrown righty, that's for sure. Four-seamer, slider, splitter, and curveball. Throws triple digits with that four-seamer, that's for sure. Then the slider and the splitter, but especially the slider, is a great off-speed switcheroo. Doesn't throw the splitter at all. Has never thrown a splitter at all this season to a righty. Throws a curveball 2% of the time. They're showing something. Last time the Orioles won trailing by 3+ runs with 2 or fewer base runners through 5 innings was in 2013 against the Yankees at home. Last time on the road was in 2011 in September in Boston. The O's have a chance to do it tonight. But that will require Ryan Helsley to have his A game. He's rocking the stash tonight as well. Turkey with a chance here. Turkey with a chance. Oh, save and shot. Oh, it just goes out wide. Oh, my goodness. First pitch grounder from Freddie Freeman. That is out number 1. Oh, my goodness. Alonso is just barely on the bag. Jackson Holliday almost threw that away. My goodness, that was close. Being a disaster. Instead, it is just out number 1. So, nothing's ever easy here. But Holliday with a wide throw. Alonso just barely able to keep his foot on the bag to help out his brief teammate in New York, in Ryan Helsley. Both of them came to Baltimore here in 2026. Mookie Betts takes strike 1 on a four-seamer 97. And in the zone, though, no swing. So 1 down, 2 to go. Betts with a single and a double, and then has struck out twice since, once swinging, once looking. Helsley's next pitch is outside of the fastball at 99 for ball 1. 7 out of 7 save opportunities. Did blow a couple non-save opportunities, I know that. Like when games was tied. 13 games total, 3.86 ERA, 11.2 innings pitched, and some more stats as well. Slider chopped foul. Kind of check swing foul almost there, actually. 1 and 2. We reached stoppage time. 7 minutes of stoppage time in the Turkey-Paraguay game. Still 1-0. And some last-minute subs for Paraguay as well. 1-2 to Mookie Betts. Helsley looking for his first strikeout of the night. Saya setting up outside. There is a slider that bounces off of home plate and out into the middle of nowhere. So kind of lucky that Mookie didn't swing, because probably going to reach first walking with how far away that ball bounced. So instead, just 2 and 2. Got someone down for Paraguay as well, so they're just bleeding stoppage time at the moment. So they're bringing out the stretcher. So 2-2 here to Betts. Is going to be knocked high in the air, deep left field. This will make it a 1-run game. So Helsley gives up another homer here. That was a slider that just hung up right in the middle of the zone. Mookie Betts makes it a 1-run game. Still 1 out here. Max Muncy and Tommy Edman now are the batters that they will have to face. So again, not over yet, unfortunately. Would love this to be over. Would love a Orioles win here. Yeah, slider just hangs up right in the middle of the zone. Not a great pitch there. And Betts knocks it out over into left. So Max Muncy, the leading home run hitter for the Dodgers as well. Swings and misses on a 101-mile-per-hour fastball there. So Helsley's finally juicing up the fastball a little bit. Single, walk, fielder's choice, and strikeout, I think. Or no, it ground out and a strikeout. That fastball is high, 1-1. So, again, not easy here at all. Helsley, again, gave up 2 solo shots against the Mariners in a 5-1 game at that point. This one was 5-3. Muncy takes a splitter below the zone, 2-1. So Trey Gibson, who started this game for the O's, looking on. He had 8 strikeouts in this game. Cross is no good for Turkey A. 2-1 to Muncy is high for ball 3. So the winning run is on deck for the Dodgers as well. It is Tommy Edman. Edman, who's also 3 for 4, by the way. So this is dangerous spot here for Helsley in his second game back off the IL. Oh, he's going to hit Muncy up on the elbow pad. Oh, it hit the knob of the bat instead. Oh, Helsley gets away with one there. The Dodgers are going to look to maybe try and challenge this. That was up and in. It definitely sounded like it hit something hard and wooden. Dodgers are going to challenge this. Let's see. It's a fastball that just runs up and in. And yeah, it hits the knob of the bat. Wow, Helsley gets away with one there. Oh my goodness. Yeah, right off the end of the knob of the bat. Whoa. So again, a challenge here from Los Angeles. I don't know if they're going to call this as like grazing Max Muncy's finger, but from the looks of it right now, this is going to stand as a foul ball off the knob of the bat. No hit by pitch. Yeah. Somehow this does not hit Muncy's arm at all. And yeah, just off the knob of the bat. I mean, it's still got a sting in your hands because that's 101, basically right into something that's ringing in your fingers. But this one looks to stand. It should stand, I think. So let's see. Getting the call here. Calling field stands. Yep. So Helsley really gets away with one there. So it's 3-2. What should have been a hit by pitch or a walk, either way. It was well inside. Instead, runs the count full. So Max Muncy once again will go up against Helsley. Again, as the tying run here. Still shaking his hand. Again, that probably still hurt a lot, even if it didn't hit his hand, it hit the bat, but still hurts. So 3-2 from Helsley to Muncy. Will be in the dirt for ball 4. Slider. No swing. Winning runs at the plate in Tommy Edman, who is 3 for 4. Albernaz looking on, not too happy at the moment. Basayo's going to have a chat with Helsley, who's been not having his greatest command night, that's for sure. Got Freddie Freeman out on one pitch, and after that gave up a solo shot to Mookie Betts and has now walked Max Muncy. Get a pinch runner as well for Muncy. I'm not sure who that is. Call. Don't know your first name, but Tommy Edman, two singles and a double. Doubles last time is up. So one of the better hitters tonight for the Dodgers. With Alex Call. Why does that name sound so familiar? First pitch is just outside. Man, that's so close. Ball 1 on a fastball. Actually, we got an ABS challenge. This one might get overturned. This is really close. So this is a lot, kind of when you need to burn it. And, oh, it's so close, but it's going to stand as a ball. It is a fraction of an inch. My goodness. That's so unfortunate. The Orioles are out of ABS challenges now. That's so unfortunate. That one's well outside, or more outside than the first one for ball 2. So should Tommy Edman reach and not walk it off, Ryan Ward would be up to bat. Don't know if they'd pinch hit him. He's in the DH spot. 2-0 is skied high, but not nearly out. This will be over at Pete Alonso at first base. He will make the second out. Very huge. Almost ran into the umpire. That is a huge second out. Does not advance the runner. So it gets Tommy Edman out. And he was, again, the most dangerous hitter overall. Well, him and Mookie Betts, the two most dangerous hitters tonight. Ryan Ward, who's 0 for 3 with a walk, is up to bat. They do not pinch hit. He is a lefty against the righty Helsley. Huge moment here for both teams. 2 outs here, bottom of the 9th. Winning run at home plate. First pitch is a splitter outside for ball 1. Tying run is at first. We've not seen a stolen base attempt yet from Alex Call. So 1-0 here from Helsley to Ward. He steps off. Dodgers fans in the stadium boo, as is expected when a pitcher steps off for the opposing team. 16 pitches for Helsley. He's given up the 1 run, but still looking to get the save against Ward. There's a fastball just outside for ball 2. 2-0 count here for Ward. That one's definitely outside at 99. I think it's probably also last chance for Turkey. They have a penalty kick, or not penalty kick, a free kick. Sorry. but it's up to almost 99 minutes now. A little bit past stoppage time. That's a fastball up high for ball 3. Now it's going to be knocked out. Turkey with one more chance. The shot in and outside. That should probably do it. And yep, that will do it. Paraguay wins 1-0 over Turkey. Turkey is eliminated. USA is going to win their group. 3-0 to Ward is just outside for ball 4. 4-pitch walk. Sayo's having a chat with the umpire about something. I don't think he can do much, though. So Dalton Rushing, who is 0 for 4, struck out 3 times, can now be the hero for the Dodgers. The Paraguay scored 2 minutes in, and nothing else after that. Drew French is going to have a chat with Ryan Helsley as well. So, very stressful end of the game here for the O's. See if Helsley can pull off one more magic trick. Really don't want Dalton Rushing to beat you. That would suck. 12 balls to only 7 strikes for Helsley has not been his night, control or command-wise, just anything. Induced a couple weak contact outs, but has sprayed it around a lot, and has also given up the hanging slider homer to Mookie Betts. So Dalton Rushing is... I mean, the winning run is Ryan Ward at first. Dalton Rushing can make it a add-on extra if he hits a homer here. Let's hope that does not happen. Alex Call second is the game-tying runner. First pitch is a slider called strike 1 in the inside part of the zone. Great pitch there from Helsley. So 0-1 here from Helsley to Rushing. 2 outs here, bottom of the 9th. 2 on. Swing and miss. Strike 2 on the slider. Rushing, walking around a little bit, frustrated with himself. He's already struck out 3 times. Helsley now looking for a strikeout. Thrown 2 straight sliders here to Rushing. His fastball has kind of been all over the place. See if he triples down. Trey Gibson looking on. His slider was working really well. Chatting with Trevor Rogers. I think that might have actually been Dean Kramer looking on stoically in there. Not quite sure. But 0-2 here. Helsley to Rushing. There is a slider just high. I think Helsley might have wanted a challenge. Would have not been successful. That was high, but it was very close. 1-2. So he did go back to the slider. We'll see if he quadruples down the slider here or if he goes for a fastball. There is a fastball. Rushing knocks it over into right field. That will get down for a base hit. Tyler O'Neill will throw home. The throw home will be not in time. Skips away. Oh my goodness. Skips away from Samuel Basayo. Dodgers are going to walk it off. Are you kidding me? The throw home was not great. It wasn't going to beat him anyway, and Basayo just misses it. It bounces away. No one was backing up in time. Dodgers win 6-5. That's absurd. Are you kidding me? Wow. Heartbreak. So I think it was a fastball that was up high. Rushing knocks it over. I mean, it's not much O'Neill could do. I mean, they're calling it a throwing error on Tyler O'Neill, but like his throw wasn't all that offline. It didn't feel like it. I mean, maybe it was. Yeah, it was a fastball. It was kind of middle actually. And I don't know why you go to the fastball there. I need to see the replay of this. Basayo just misses it completely. That's not on Tyler O'Neill at all. I mean, the throw's not going to beat the tying run, but that's on Basayo right there. He just completely misses it. It's in his glove, and then he just misses it. Like, what are we doing there, Sam? Like, it's off his glove. Helsley's not in the right place to back it up. That's so frustrating. And it gets Dalton rushing too. Like, this guy's just such a loser. I'm sorry. My God. How do you lose that, man? That's so frustrating. Oh my God. Oh, that just sucks so much. Orioles play the Dodgers tomorrow at 10. I'm not streaming that one at all. Trevor Rogers versus Yoshinobu Yamamoto. O's had it. They had it down to their last strike. 2 strikes, 2 outs has been their kryptonite this season, and they lose it there. Wow, really? All right, well, that puts me in such a bad mood. Oh, well. Thanks for watching. That sucks. So yeah, next stream will be I think it's the Nats next week. I'll probably be a little late to that one because I got work to do, like actual real job work. Yeah, so that's insane, man. Like, it's I don't know why Basayo's not trying to body block that at all. Like, he's just kind of half-assing it with his glove, goes in and out of his glove. That's just so stupid. That's my goodness. Now I got to deal with Orioles Twitter. Just ridiculous, man. All right, well, I'll see you guys later.